there is a Chuck E. Cheese right there by the hotel. So, they do have that box wine and that pretty cheap beer. Plus, you can get pizza free. But you do have to wear pants in the ball pit. Hey,
box
everybody.
Of wine.
What's up, party people? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 17, the Realm of Collectors video podcast. Joining me tonight is the usual suspects, the Jackal Squad, and a very special guest. Let's get into some introductions.
They do have that box wine.
Somebody's watching the show. They do have that box wine, everybody. Going across my screen, we have a very special guest, the one, the only, the man that needs no introduction, the truth, Bobby Skullface.
I'm just happy to be
Bobby.
here, gents.
Who's that?
The truth is here. The truth is here.
Thanks for having me. Having me back, rather.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
We'll have you at TFCON.
What?
Oh, there we go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Strong
Dan.
word. They want and only Dan up next for the man who needs no introduction. Daniel, what is up?
Straight from your grandma's attic, it's Harvey _Dent. What's going on?
Are you sure it's not Grandpa's attic?
He passed away.
He's straight on fire. Straight on fire.
Wow.
Coming up next, the only beard we need in our group, Jisk.
Yo, what's up, everybody? That's it. I don't have any witty intro.
That's witty enough.
Everybody's favorite photographer on the ETR staff, Jay Ruse.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
The only photographer.
I was just gonna say the only.
Hey, I own a camera. I actually brought it with me. You never know when you need to take some pictures.
That guy's a hell of a shot, both in the ETR staff and outside. I'll have you know.
Oh, yes.
Appreciate that.
Next, we have the one and only music superstar, Dust Mites.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 17.
17, don't screw it up. And then I am Chris.
Don't screw it up, don't screw it up, don't screw it up.
I'll be reading shit, and they'll be talking about it, because that's how the show goes. First, let's get into some what did you get?
Well, Chris, let me hold. You're good with those big words and shit, you know?
Sometimes, except when I Elmer Fudd all up in this motherfucker. I think y'all enjoy watching me fail. I'll make sure to try to work one of those in tonight. Bobby, what'd you get this week?
I got a fair amount because I was away last week, so I got Fans Project Skull Cruncher. I don't know what its proper name is.
Crocs.
Yeah, I got that thing.
Like Dust Mite's favorite footwear, Crocs.
You got that right, Jack. I'll be sporting them a fucking big time at TFCON.
I hear the excitement in your voice, Scully. I assume you're not happy with them?
Not in the least.
Are you waiting on that sweet Optimus repaint?
No. I actually, when I was filming the review for him, because like what I try to do with reviews, I think some people don't understand is that like the very beginning of the review is like I try to get it out of the box and onto the table. Like it's supposed to be like a first impressions. And then I transform it. Sometimes I transform it, but a lot of times I learn the transformation, then I come back and then I film the transformation. And this was one where I did that, and after I transformed it back, and then filmed the review of it. Like in the middle of the review, I cut the camera and I canceled my highbrow pre-order.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. It's just fucking nonsense. It's Robert D said it feels dated, and it does, but it's too expensive to have the shortcomings that it has, in my opinion. Which is only that. Only my not so humble opinion.
What else did you get, Bobby?
Oh yeah, I got a gray and purple Grenadier or whatever it is. Bombshell.
You couldn't make up your mind either. You had to get
couldn't.
both.
I
know.
had to.
I'm having a tough time myself.
Purple. Excuse me.
But the review is coming Wednesday, and it's both. So hopefully that'll help people make up their mind. And I got Scattershot, the Warbitron one, which is fine.
I got that coming tomorrow, and I saw your review today, and I'm like, ooh, I hope it's I hope I like it.
Yeah, it's. I think I was self-conscious when I was cutting the video together because how many times I said it, but I think it's fine. like,
You know what? I'm glad I opted out on that set, and I don't regret it at all.
yeah, it has its
doesn't do anything
issues.
for me.
It has its issues, but it's like it's nothing amazing. I think it could have been amazing if they'd have spent a little bit more TLC on her, but as it is, it's fine. It's a fine third-party transformer. It's like what it is.
Do you think? Let me just ask you this question real fast. Do you think it's that they rushed to get it out, or they just don't know how to make these characters right?
I think that I think that they're like, okay, so the big problem with the first batch was all of the stress marks, right? Like that's what everybody complained about with Bruticus. And I think they've kind of, I mean, none of mine have stress marks. None of my Computron figures. So like I think they're improving. It's just like they're just running into other issues. Like that figure's just, it's poorly toleranced. Like everything with it is just like it's a fight. It's like you got to go 12 rounds with that thing to get it transformed. I'm not looking forward to like reviewing it again for the combined mode. Like I'm not looking forward to fighting with it. And I got SH Figuarts Darth Maul.
Oh, that's a nice looking figure.
It is a nice looking figure. The head sculpt is insanity, absolute insanity. But I have to say, I don't know. I don't know if it's $100 figure. Like if it was priced like the DC ones, like in that like $55 to $65 bracket, it'd be a no-brainer. But I'm not sure if people are going to be happy with $100 on that figure. I guess time will tell. Star Wars fans, I can tell you, are a different lot. Like I bashed that First Order Trooper recently.
It was horrible. The paint apps are awful.
It's horrible, and the articulation, the elbows are just so stupid. But anyway, I had to deal with a fair amount of nonsense from angry folks about it.
Yeah, people can't get enough of that figure, and I don't understand why.
It's a piece of shit. It's like a right piece of shit.
Everyone I see, I look at it, and like the paint apps on the helmet, it looks like they did it with a fucking Sharpie. It's awful.
Which is a shame because the Stormtrooper's so fucking good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's unfortunate.
Yo, just to tell you this, I don't know if it matters now or if you want to hear this, but somebody named Kelly Phillipson in the chat just said they paid $40 for that figure.
Oh, I know Kelly Phillipson too. Shout out to that dude. But yeah, that had to hurt. Like you know, I've been on that side of things. You know what I mean? Like I just pay this. You know, I pay overpriced for figures all the time. Like, so I know that feeling. But that's a rough one, especially because like, you know, the SH Figuarts one is going to be right around the corner, and if you're going to come out of pocket for $40, you know, why not come out a little bit higher? And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That sucks though.
Bobby, anything else you got?
I got a whole bunch of Shattered Cast swag.
Woo!
So
yeah, buddy.
Cool. It's cool. It's cool to see stuff like that. Like, you know, when you work your balls off. And shout out to Greg. Like, Greg did a lot of that work on this one. Like I did a lot of the first one. He did a lot of this one. So anyway, it's just nice to see like when you work that hard on something.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got a couple of shirts and hats in, and we're real fucking happy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. It is. And like, I mean, like the vector art and all this shit. Like, it's a pain in the dick. And then like we had to make sure that we weren't gonna get our asses sued and all that kind of shit. And
well, you have a lawyer on the team, so it kind of helps out.
That helped. That helped.
Shout out to Rob Dude.
Yeah, shout out to Robert. He actually reached out to. Do you reach out to you, Dust, about
about our KOs?
Because we have, you know, we've done. Just does all our logos now and all the knockoff stuff that we put out. Robert was a little concerned about a couple of them.
He's a very thoughtful dude. Like, there's something, and hopefully we can talk about it a little bit more if we get the opportunity to talk about Burn. But like, Robert really looked out for me one time, and like, this is before he was even part of Shattercast, and like, as a result, like, I will always have that dude's back. Like, he's just like a concerned citizen. Like, he's just a genuinely kind of
Certain
good.
cities.
He's a good fucking dude. Big
He
time,
is.
man. Big time, man.
He is.
Really good guy.
It's awesome.
So
All right,
that's it.
Dan, what'd you get this week?
What did I get? Oh yeah, I got the new Figure Arts Ultimate Gohan. It's neat. It's pretty much just a Goku repaint with a new head, some new shit, so it's alright. I kind of backtracked a little bit. I got this Arkham City Ra's Ghoul, because I want to take that head off and put on one of my articulated icons ninjas. And unfortunately, I bit the bullet and got the Hasbro Devi.
Unfortunately.
Did you say fortunately or unfortunately? I didn't hear.
Unfortunately, I mean.
Oh, you didn't tell us how you felt on about it.
Honestly, when I look at the combined mode, I don't really feel. I think I like the robot modes more. Oddly enough, as long as I don't look at the arms. Everything aside from the arms actually looks good. The legs are.
It's kind of like
Alright.
that. It's kind of like that cute girl that's got the hair lip, right? She looks great from the left side.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like what it is?
Yeah, but I mean, I paid $75 for it, so.
Oh, that's not bad.
well,
That's
fuck,
that. I think I
you're
said
golden.
like $80 is where that thing should have been.
Now,
Yeah,
if you
so
look at it
I got
from
a good
across the
deal
room
on it.
right now, don't you see that G1 nostalgia? Don't you see it like walking off the screen?
But you
Or-
got to think Dan
or
wasn't
limping?
born. Dan
Limping
was
off
born
the
until
screen with that one
1992.
skinny foot?
Dan wasn't born until
You're supposed to
92.
be
He doesn't know anything about G1 nostalgia.
You're supposed to be
What are you talking
hyping it
about?
up. I
Yeah,
have an
dude.
extra one for sale, so you gotta hype it up. It's an
Oh,
awesome.
sorry.
Hype it up,
It's
It's
great.
Yeah, it's a
Skullface,
great
yeah.
figure.
Seal
It's
of approval
wonderful,
for
solid
Skullface.
unit.
Absolutely solid unit. Just I
Lots
mean,
of licks of paint.
just
Lots of licks of pain.
A lot of licking.
All right, Jis, what'd you get this week?
Oh, I got a whole lot of nothing.
We're gonna fill that cup up for you.
Here, I gotta say this and whisper it. I know my wife doesn't watch the show, but I shipped my pile of loot, but she's on vacation. Today's her last day of vacation. I had to time it so it gets here tomorrow.
You fucking guys, man. Grow some fucking balls.
No, listen. Everything's
Get a
$40.
PO box.
Everything's $40, or you traded for it. That's
Yeah.
You didn't put an invoice in the box. I wouldn't have worried about it.
You know what used to be the worst when I was with my ex is like I'll be watching a review of a figure, maybe to like help with transformation, and she's sitting right there on the other side of the couch, and I'm fucking with it, and then they go into fucking price. Yeah, this thing is 180 retail. I'm like, well, looking for the fucking Xbox controller, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. You see that Yankee game?
that's funny.
Yeah, my wife doesn't even ask. She doesn't ask at all. So we got a goose egg from J. Ruse. What'd you get?
I got a few things. I also got the Fans Project Crocs, and I just pulled them out of the box not even an hour ago. And
Crocs rock.
Now, is it a Crocs?
it is a fucking Crocs of shit.
Yeah.
No wrist
Send it back.
articulation. It barely stands on its heels.
It's because it has no ankle tilt or rocker.
Get that Hasbro unit.
It's like it's like a Hasbro Deluxe.
Ugh.
Minus the
Exactly.
waffles.
We paid $80 for it, right? So,
Yep.
not happy.
Send it back.
So Crocs is a Crocs.
It's
Oh.
terrible.
I'll stick with my Toy World version, who's chunky and not much better, but actually has a presence on the shelf.
I'll tell you what, like, not for nothing, if Hasbro lands that Skull Cruncher, like, that will be their opportunity to really put a figure out that's better than 2 third-party offerings.
And that's funny you said that because right before you joined us, I said it's a shame I bought this Fans Project figure because Hasbro's putting it out.
Yep.
It looks good.
Send it back, Jay. You don't
It'll
need
be
to keep
the same size too. I mean,
UTS will take it back.
Take the fucking hammer to it and send it back. Say, this is how it got to me. I don't want it.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
will they let you return it if you're just like, I think it sucks and I just don't want the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do that, dude. Just send it back. It's not worth the $80. Just send it back.
I'll figure it out.
He's not
next,
sending it back. He's gonna keep it.
Yeah, he's keeping it.
Next, I got Blue Streak.
That's a
Now,
beautiful
this-
figure.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
It's,
my boy Blue.
the paint on this guy is amazing. It looks
You-
fucking great.
Now, bring
I
it up.
so don't need.
You weren't. No, everybody was talking over you. I just highlighted you. Look at that.
All right.
I so don't need a third version of that mold. But damn,
I
that's
mean,
a beautiful.
I know
he's
that
not really Blue Streak, but he's Blue Streak. This guy is beautiful. I don't care.
Yeah, I like the.
You know what? Take a ride down to KO City.
I just don't know if KO get the paint right on it.
Yeah, the paint is going to be hard to match on this guy.
Does it
Same
really
thing with the
fucking matter? Does it really matter?
So
Chris?
is that? Do you think that's the same color as tracks?
I'm guessing. You know, we had that conspiracy theory that they use the same paint. That's why they put them out side by side.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
tempted to jab. That thing does look so damn good. It's like I'm always tempted to.
It's really pretty. It's just a pretty robot. He's not gonna. He doesn't fit on in my collection, but I got him. And he's just so pretty. He's got a pretty mouth.
You need to do it.
I also got Fans Projects Bombshell. I mean Fans Toys Bombshell
Oh boy.
in purple.
That
Purple.
purple-
Stuck
that
to my guns.
My only, I think that thing's awesome. I just
Not
feel like it's
cartoon
handsome.
accurate.
It's toy accurate though.
Well, hold on. That depends on what mode he's in. If he's in bug mode, then yes, it is cartoon accurate. Because they show Bombshell with the purple chest in bug mode.
And
I
how
didn't
many-
know that.
And how many times have you seen the cartoon, Dan?
Oh, I watch, dude. I have the entire season. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years.
Watch out now.
Seen it
Whoa,
many
whoa,
times.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
No big deal.
Many times.
Oh, he's got it.
Some would brag about it, not him.
I'm very modest.
Nah, we're just taking shots at you for being the young buck, but you know it's great that you're a big fan of the old man show.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's. I don't think quirky is the right word, but it's the one I want to use. It's a good show.
So what made you choose purple, Jay?
I just think it looks better. The purple pops, and purple and yellow. They're that perfect color blends.
Only reason saying this is I'm on the fence. I want the gray because I'm a toon guy, but yet the purple does look fucking insane.
Can I tell you what I said?
Go ahead.
In the review, which coming Wednesday, I said the purple looks better, the gray feels better.
There you go.
Really?
Well, thus, if you lose your eyesight, then you know which one's the gray one.
It's coming soon. The diabetes is catching up with me.
All right, Jay. Jay, was that all you got?
No, I got 2 more things.
Whoa,
I got
whoa, Baldwin drop over here.
two SH Figure Arts figures. I got
Whoa.
Luke Skywalker.
Nice.
He's really good. And I got one. This wasn't really for me, but Sailor Moon.
He's lying.
It accidentally got in my BTS.
Then who else is it for?
Shipped. I don't know what happened. So I'm just gonna keep it.
Right.
Whatever happens.
You could always make a custom out of it.
You might
right?
try.
But yeah, that's it. Now that my face is red, go ahead.
Well, you didn't have to show us.
I had to be honest.
I like the cut of your jib.
That's the second time you said that today.
Yeah.
Did you hear that in a movie or something?
No, it's in the rotation now, Chris. Get used to it.
Okay. All right. Speaking of rotation, Dust, what'd you get?
Oh, I got one thing. I got a couple of things, but one Transformer-related thing. I got the Tasakatomi exhaust. Wasn't dropping full price for this guy.
Yeah.
I haven't transformed him yet because I've had a lot going on, being that I'm on vacation. That couch time is taking up a lot of my time, but I will get to it. But in this mode, in the car mode, man, the paint's tight. It feels no different. Not a big KO enthusiast, but when it comes to something like this, where a character does not do it for me, or I couldn't give a fuck about the character, I will drop that $25 to $30 and get it 2 weeks via China. And really, honestly, I just wanted this fucking thing, so I paid $30 for this.
Well, honestly, when I saw that it came with that too, I was like, oh man, it's probably worth picking up the KO.
Yeah, and I cut and the chest and the shoulder shit and all that other extra shit. But that's it, man. Other than that, pair of kicks for fucking TFCON, and that's it. All good in the hood. Oh, and a couple of hard copies of Cold Slither 2. So if anybody wants a copy of Cold Slither 2, you get it from me from TFCON. I'll probably bring about 10 copies with me. I don't want to bring too much because I'm trying to travel really light, but hit me up.
Well, I got the rest of the Batman classics, the 66 Batman Mattel stuff. I got the rest of it, so I have a complete set of it now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I haven't even opened it yet, but I have it all. I got 4 Masters of the Universe Classics Adora figures. I found them at Big Lots in Jackson, Mississippi. I traded 2 of them away for some pop figures for my kids. Shout out to Chris Palmer, my buddy in Huntsville, where I live. He hooked me up with that. The other 2, and I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you guys know this. So those were only available like on Matty Collector, but then they just randomly started showing up at Big Lots, and no 2 stores got the same assortment. So I looked online, and they go for a little bit more than I paid for them. So I'm selling them on eBay.
Scalper.
Exactly. Scalper. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. I was there 2 months ago, and those 4 figures were there, and I was there last week, and those four figures were there. So nobody in Jackson, Mississippi is after those figures, I guess.
Scalper.
No Motu collectors.
That's right. No. Got the sweet.
Yep.
You shout out, get me up on that.
There you go.
And I got my SCU stuff in from Greg.
Nice.
Funny story. Greg hits me with a tracking number, and I said, "Dude, I appreciate it, but I told you I'd pick it up in Charlotte." He said, "Fuck." So he said, "I've already printed the label. Don't worry about it." So I get my stuff. I get my mug and my shirt, and I'm like, "Awesome!" I open it up. I'm like, "Damn, that's a big shirt. Holy shit, that's still going." And I ordered a 2X. I got a 3X. So I hit him up. I said, "Hey, Greg, I appreciate, the stuff. I got it in today. Unfortunately, I got the wrong size shirt." And he says, "Well, that's a good thing because we were missing a 3X. They didn't screw per order." So
Yeah,
he's got my 2X.
It's actually Oscar's.
That's what he was telling me.
Great,
so.
great. I probably have a medium sitting in my P.O. box right now.
No, that was the only one. That was the only one that got botched. We originally thought that we just got shorted one 3X. But yeah, I heard that it was you, and I was like, oh, at least it was somebody that we know.
Oh yeah, no, and it's cool, and the fact that I'm coming to Charlotte, and hey, guess what?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
get to pick my shit up in Charlotte after all. So all's well that ends well.
Yeah, I do have my SCU drop sitting in my P.O. box. Hopefully, I have time before I leave to go get it. I'm thinking hopefully Wednesday I could stop in and. My P.O. box is about 15 miles away from the crib. I got it where I work, so I could just bounce out on lunch and pick things up. Because I got fucking shiesty-ass, shady-ass neighbors that like to steal boxes off your front fucking porch.
Listen, Dust, you want to go hang out at work one day when you're off.
Bro, that's the last fucking thing I want to do, man.
Don't you guys hate those people at your job that aren't you off today? Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Oh, really? You don't have anything? I can't.
Yeah, I'm coming in to see what's going on.
I can't get you to come in.
Out of here.
But the funny part is they don't come to work when they're scheduled.
Hey, that's what I was fixing to say. You can't get them to come. So.
Yeah, you tell me you can't fucking work at 8 o'clock, but then you're here at fucking 7:35, saying what's up. Get out of here with that bullshit.
Crazy. So that's that's all I've got. I've got some reverse Devi shirts. I'll have at TFCON. That's really the only merch we have right now. So if anybody wants one, hit me up. I think I got extra larges and a medium left.
Smedium.
Schmedium. It's a super schmedium. I think I'm gonna try on the medium just to see how it works. Just kidding. But we're gonna have some other cool stuff going on at TFCon. Bobby, you want to talk a little bit about what you got going on right now? I know you're super busy, man. I mentioned to you when we were talking about getting you on the show. I don't understand how the hell you get all this shit done. You have so much going on. I mean, you've got podcasts, reviews. You read a ton of comics. You buy a ton of toys.
You got the new podcast on top of the podcast of the podcast of the podcast.
Yeah. It's I do sometimes I feel like butter scraped over too much bread, but here's okay. So let me walk you through my day today. I woke up at 5:30, which is slightly early for me, but not abnormally early. And I cut together the Fans Project Skull Cruncher review, and then while that was exporting and all that sort of business, I got my kids ready for the bus, or my kid ready for the bus, and the other one ready to just kind of be a terror hanging around. And then we got back, and I gotta get I had to get the terror kind of squared away, because if she's not fucking preoccupied, All hell
Putting dish
break
soap in
loose.
her eyes?
Oh my god, dude. Terrible.
That was a horrible story, man.
Oh,
Yeah. I actually listened to it today, and I was just like, oh fuck.
I've been through
was-
some shit like that, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's like I was saying on Shadowcast, like if you're not a parent, then you don't know, and it's easy to be like, oh my god, like how could they let that happen? It never happened to my kid.
Yeah, you know what? I thought it never happened to my kid. Do you know how to get a penny really shiny? Let your 2-year-old eat it and poop it out. It's really shiny.
Been there, done that. Well, I don't have kids, but I did that myself. A quarter when I was a kid.
Nice.
The so like so she got Dawn soap in her eye last week, and it was pretty fucking scary, but it all worked out. It's fine. She's fine. Doesn't matter. She's good to go now. So I had that last week. So this week I'm really like, you know, it's okay for these things to happen as a parent, but they can't happen too close together, or people start to lose faith in you. So let's see. I got her preoccupied, so I got her some breakfast, and then I set her up with like some little like art stuff and whatever, kid stuff, and then I started mixing Burn, which is the sequel to Solid Unit, which the video, I'm going to be shooting part of it in Charlotte, but the video will be out 1/1/16. And so I got that together, exported that, and then that was so then after that I got my baby fed lunch. Now I'm doing stuff with the baby in between because she's a fucking needy little thing, and because I'm like I have responsibilities to be a parent to her, so I'm
the obligation of parenting.
Exactly. So then what did I do? I got her lunch, and then after lunch she was ready to go down for a nap, which was perfect. So I put her down for a nap. I came down and I did an hour and a half worth of Nerd Rage Radio recording for Nerd Rage Radio, which is a new podcast I started, which centers around pop culture with a good friend of mine that like I grew up with. So we did an hour and a half worth of that. Then he had to go, so we're gonna do like another hour, I think, of it Thursday. And then I started coloring a art piece that I'm working on. That's for Harris. You guys might know him. He does like stop motion video stuff. He's actually working on a full length, like kind of feature project based on IDW's All Hail Megatron.
Oh, that'll be sweet.
So he's going to be having like a crowdfunding thing for it and everything else. But he asked me to do like the cover for the DVD. And I was honored, like, because I'm a big fan of his work, and that was like one of those things. It was cool. Like he hit me up, and he was like, I'm a big fan of yours, and I was like, dude, I'm a big fan of yours. And after we finished jerking each other off for a while, then
Shout out to TFCON.
Then he asked me to do that, and I was grateful for that opportunity. So I started coloring that. Well, I had been coloring it, but I continued to color on that. Then got the kid off the bus, and then came in and finished coloring a little piece of it, made the kids dinner, and then put the kids to bed, or one of them to bed. The older one gets to fuck around a little bit. And then came in here and did this podcast and started coloring again. And that's where I'm at. And as soon as I get this yellow done on Bumblebee, I am turning it off because it sucks to do it in the mask.
So not that big deal, just a normal day at the Skullface.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you got much going on, you know. And I thought I had a busy fucking day.
And that's kind of what my days are like. And I have like a regular 9 to 5 too. But like when I'm not working, that's kind of what my days are like. So I am going to be at TFCON Charlotte, and I have a table in Artist Alley. And I don't know what the fuck is up with TFCON. Like, I work a number of shows a year, at least Baltimore and then TFCON, but then I try to do some other ones as well. But like, TFCON is the only show that I do that like won't fucking give me any love. And what's funny is it's the smallest show I do. Like, every other con that I've done, I like tweet at them like when I'm promoting it, or I tag them in Facebook when I'm promoting it or whatever, and they always like retweet it or share my page or whatever. TFCON, not a fucking peep.
Wow.
Never once. Never once. It's just very bizarre to me because of all the shows that I do, it's easily the smallest show. You know, you would think they would be a little bit more. And I don't know why that is. I'm not assuming that they're dicks or anything.
Are they
but
doing other people and just skipping you, or they don't do anybody?
Well, yeah. Well, they. I mean, I'm the only one that does it that's not like a professional. So like in Artist Alley in Charlotte, in Chicago when I was there, it was me and then like, you know, big name people, fucking Livio and you know what I mean, like professionals, people that do it for a living. And they were super cool. Like they were all super cool. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't presume to know why it is, but they don't. They just don't. Like, and I talked to one guy that's affiliated with it, Ryan. And he was very cool about it. He was like, yeah, we're not the best at marketing, stuff like that. I don't know why. I'll mention it, you know, to the rest of the guys, but that was the last I heard of it. Just weird. Very weird to me. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll have a table in Artist Alley, so come by, check it out. So at least shake hands. If you're not spending any money there, which is fine. Well, doesn't matter.
You're going to be working both days?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you have, like what you're going to have for sale.
Okay, so I doodle a little bit, and I'm going to have prints of my stuff in various mediums. I'll have 11 by 14 prints of everything for $10. Some stuff I have smaller quantities of, so if there's something anybody was interested in, be sure to hit me up so I can set it aside. 11 by 14 stuff for $10. I have 4 by 6s for $1 a piece. I have mouse pads for $15. I have coasters, set of 4 for $25, I think. And then I have 50 by 60-inch fleece blankets. I have 2 woven blankets. I'm trying to think what else. I have like little odds and ends and little trinkets and so forth. But it's good stuff. It's good quality stuff. And like a part of my company, like DMH, that I started with my buddy Adam, that I do Nerd Rage Radio with. Is all about kind of like giving back to like modern day heroes. So like the first year that we did it, we donated to the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation, and the second year that we did it, we donated to an organization called COPS, Concerns of Police Survivors. And then this is our third year doing it, and this year we're donating to Wounded Warriors. So like it's just a portion of the profits, but it's
that's awesome.
That's kind of what we're about.
Yeah, I remember before I really knew you, Bobby, I had ordered a calendar from you. I was in January, and you told me that you guys did that, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a calendar for 2016? Because
I don't know. I like okay, so like I draw the shit, and all that kind of stuff, and then my buddy Adam, he helps me at like the shows. I don't think he's gonna make it to Charlotte. But he helps me at the shows and stuff, and then my wife handles like all the merchandise. So like she's always looking for like new and different things to do. So like if we find another calendar option, we'll definitely do it. But I haven't spoken with her about it. Like I swear, I know it sounds crazy, but if you knew my wife, like Dust met my wife. Like if you knew my wife, then you would know. Like she just takes care of shit. Yeah. Like she's just like a nurturing person. Like they were joking with me on Shattered Cast, like Justin, who came from North Carolina, not my Justin, but like a secular Justin. He ended up like staying at like a real like sleazy hotel, and he wasn't comfortable there, so he wanted to come back. And he came back and like,
shout out to cigarette burns.
Exactly. So like, he came back in like the middle of the night, and Greg was joking. He was like, so as soon as he walked through the door, Laura, who's my wife, was like, "Oh, thanks for coming in. Can I bake you a cake?" Like, it's just like my wife's nature. So like when it's time to do these shows and shit, like she literally like she prints me out a sheet, and she's like, "This is the merchandise you have. This is how much you have to charge for it." Like, so I never know. Like I upload the files to like a number of different sites, like different printing sites and so forth, and then she's like constantly monitoring like their deals or whatever to kind of get the best deal, and then she just orders stuff as she can, and then we have what we have, and we charge what we charge, and that's all I know.
She's
It's
like,
all
this is how
big.
much you have to charge to make back your money for Warbitron. This is how much you have to charge to make back your money for the
Yeah.
Dinobots. You know?
Yeah, there's probably an elaborate spreadsheet somewhere that you don't want to know.
She's it's funny, like she doesn't know anything about this shit, but like she knows Warbitron. Like it's the one company she knows, and it's because she likes their packaging so much.
Yeah.
Like my wife is like a big like she's not. I mean, now with kids and stuff, it makes everything a little bit more difficult. But like she was like fashion was kind of her thing. So like, you know, she like when she used to buy stuff for herself, which is like forever ago. You know, she bought like $400 jeans and shit like that. Like that was like normal for her. So like, I think it's that like when she sees the Warbitron packaging, and I think it reminds her of nice shoes.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I'll be there. I'll be in Artist Alley, and you know, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not there like to make $1 billion. So if you don't want to spend any money, you're not insulting me. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm not expecting everyone to come up to spend $1. But it'd be nice to shake hands, introduce yourself, stuff like that. Like that's super cool.
I have a quick question. I want a Megatron mouse pad. That's number one.
Nice.
And if there's any bigger prints that I would like, can you just put them to the side and send them to me?
I can. We can work something out because you know.
Because I'm flying and I'm really going like.
Yeah. I mean, like we have a relationship outside of that con, so we can definitely work something out. That's not an issue. I have 24 by 36s. That's the biggest size I have. Yeah, that's not a problem. But like at the show, like I won't be able to like mail. Like I do have a website store. Like if you want to go to it and buy stuff off the store,
plug it away, my friend.
What is that?
if you go to I don't know the website address. If you go to www.myths heroes HEROES mythsandheroes.com, and you can follow a link on there for the store, and then the store has all the merchandise. Most of it I have in stock and can like ship right out. Some of it I don't have in stock, and I'll have to like email you and let you know, and then you can decide, you know, if you want me to refund you or if you want to wait it out or whatever.
I'll drop it in the description of the video. Just somebody fucking remind me.
Okay. And but like, you know, a lot of times like the reason why I do the shows and stuff is because like, you know, it's a lot of bang for my buck at one time. You know, I'm not going to cut corners about that, but it's also like I can save money on shipping, so I can lower the prices of stuff.
Yeah. Without it, I'll pay shipping, man. It's just like I just don't want to just like 6, 5 different fucking prints, and I got on my lap on a plane when I got some kid leaning on me and crying while I'm flying back to Jersey.
Yeah.
One of those mailing tubes and just bring it back and forth with you.
Get the fuck out of here, man. What am I?
Right, man. You can hold it.
You know how I'm showing up to the fucking plane with a Walmart plastic bag, and I'm gonna have fucking a pair of underwear, 2 shirts, and my slippers, and I'm showing up.
I'll also have, Greg is going to have all this stuff too. For those interested in the Shattercast stuff, I'll have all that stuff at the table. So, you know, if you want something from Shattercast, I'll have that too. Just hit me up. And then also Saturday night, I can't speak for the Shattercast situation because that's like a separate thing. How many of you guys are going to TFCON?
All of us.
All of us except for the bearded warrior down there.
But me.
No kidding. That's nice.
And then Ace Milo's coming too, so we'll have.
Yeah. Ace is a cool dude. Are you guys all in on Burn?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we're burning,
awesome.
baby.
Awesome.
As long as it's like one big posse cut, and we can all stand there with bandanas and baseball bats,
You can do whatever you'd like.
like a Naughty by Nature video.
And I say transform Megatrons and Shockwaves. They're packing heat. Everybody stand there packing heat.
So like I'm shooting the video, and I'll be shooting that Saturday night, and just if you link up with me at the table, I'll get you like directions or instructions. I just don't know what time and where yet. We're gonna kind of do some scouting. At the very worst case scenario, we'll do like our hotel room, and at the very best case scenario, we find another like cool spot.
There's a famous tire fire in Charlotte we could go stand in front of.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have something like relatively close.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know about
No,
it.
I know.
There's a Toys R Us and a Chuck E. Cheese within driving distance. So.
Well, then I'm definitely in for the ball pit with
If we get a couple of steel drums, throw some fucking wood in there, get some fires going, get some concrete slabs.
I'm telling you, man.
Everybody shows up with Carhartt gear,
This
and
can
it's
look
gonna be
like
like a '90s video.
It could be like
Yes.
a '90s Wu-Tang video, man.
That's it. Everybody wears Scullies. We want effects.
I left
Yes.
I left my Carhartt vest at the fucking house. Oh well.
But it's kind of a
I will bring you one.
It's kind of a different song than Solid Unit, so we'll see how it goes.
No, it's good, man. We got the sneak peek on it.
Oh, awesome.
I really liked it. You say some really cool stuff. I really like the second verse. It's
Oh,
really,
cool.
some really good stuff. I like.
Yeah,
that.
I actually I started cutting some of the video for that because I actually have some footage for that already. But like yeah, it's like my Empire Strikes Back. There was I wanted to do something different. I didn't want it to be the same thing. So like if Solid Unit is like a critique of other reviewers, I didn't want Burn the follow up to it to kind of be more of the same bullshit. So I wanted to kind of critique something else. So it's critiquing an element of the fandom. And then, you know, if I do it again, I'll be discussing something else. But like, you know, people are like what are you blowing up this time? And it's like, I'm not blowing anything up this time. Like that was Solid Unit. It's its own thing. You know, I appreciate the interest. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I want everything to kind of stand on its own, have its own like little identity. Like saying, and I think so far so good. But like the video for this one is going to be a fucking riot. It's going to be funny. It won't. Not everyone will get it until the end, but I'm very excited about it. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much, but it's pretty fucking awesome.
Well, like what you just said earlier is like, you know, the first song we recognized the music from your theme. It was playful. It was telling how you are. And this one, when you say it's like your Empire Strikes Back, it's a little bit more darker. It's a little bit more,
Yes.
you know, going down that corridor. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to I knew people would expect, you know, a Solid Unit like another like, but like, you know, I didn't like. I mean, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, it's all a big joke, right? But like, you know, like, I didn't know what the fuck. I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I was calling people and asking if I could record rap songs. You know, it's just fucking. It's insane. I still can't believe it to this day. But having done Solid Unit, now I know a little bit about the process. Now I know a little bit about how to go about it, and like I'm a quick study in certain things. So like I was able to do something with a little bit more confidence, making the tone a little bit more serious. And the video is going to be pretty serious too until the punchline, where you realize what it's like my Memento. I'm getting my fucking Christopher Nolan on.
Yep. Yep. Making music is fucking crazy, man.
It's fun. It's fun. I'll tell you, I really like making the music video. Like
it's all over, man. It's all about emotion and what you put into it, you know.
Yeah, it's and like I really enjoy, like it's just like the skits. Like I hate doing, like, I mean, I love doing the skits because they're funny and this kind of what makes me or whatever. But like they're a pain in the dick sometimes to shoot. Like if you don't have like necessarily an idea, you know, and you're just like, God, I can't not do one because people are going to expect it, but I don't really have anything funny to say, and I just really want to upload this video and be done with it, you know. But like, they're what I do like about the skits is I like cutting them together, you know, especially the ones that are like more involved. Like it's just fun. So yeah. Like that was fun. That was a fun one to do. So like that's kind of the music video thing too. Is like it's super fun putting that shit together and like seeing it all. Like when you start putting the final pieces into it, like I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to going. There's a lot of work. People are like, do one a month. I'm like, you guys are out of your mind. No.
It's tough, man. Fucking working on an album's even harder.
Oh, I'd imagine. I don't want any parts of that.
Shout out to Nathan Haskell.
Yeah. Nathan. I would love to do like a whole album type thing, but like, I think what I'm gonna do instead is just do one video every year forever, and then after 16, I'll put like a greatest hits album.
Yeah, there it is. There's your album. Hey, don't forget we got the Dust Mites remixes.
Yeah.
Send me those vocal stems.
Yeah. That's my plan. I love it. I'm all about that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Bobby, thanks again for coming on, Aaron. About what you do in your day, man, and like I said, I think it's amazing how productive you manage to be. I wish I could bottle that, man, and we'd all be a little bit better off.
I mean, I'll tell you, I appreciate the appreciation because like it does take up a lot of time, but like, I mean, like, I'd be lying. Like, let's get into this a little bit because this is kind of interesting. Like, for anybody like listening to the show that's thinking about getting into reviews or like going at it, you know, really hard. Like I've kind of gone at it in the sense of like, you know, 3 videos a week and something artistic to release a week and 2 podcasts to release a week and all that kind of stuff. Like, it has caused like marital problems. Like, my wife and I are good. Like, we've been in love since 15. Like, nothing's gonna happen there. Like, she's the most important person in my life. But like, even more so than the kids, we'll make more. Doesn't matter. But I've never let my wife get soap in her eye. You know what I'm saying? But like,
wow.
That's just a joke. But like, it's like the phone and shit. Like my phone is like, you know, with all the notifications of nonsense, like it's constantly going off. You know, and like I for a while, like I checked everything immediately. But like, you know, it started causing problems. You know, it started becoming an issue. Like we're having like a family movie night or something and watching movies with the kids or playing a board game with the kids and like everybody's playing the game and I'm on my fucking phone. Like that's ridiculous. And all for toys, it's stupid. Which is why like now, like I respond to YouTube comments once a day. Like I respond to them first thing in the morning and then the next day I'll respond to all of the next wave first thing in the morning because trying to stay on top of it all the time is just like, it's cool and, you know, I think it said something for me, but you know, I gotta balance it a bit better because you know, it shit happens. Like, you know, my wife puts up with a lot, but she was probably still putting up with way too much, but she was definitely putting up with way too much for a minute there. So, you know, it's about finding that balance, and with the amount of stuff that I'm like content that I put out a week in multiple mediums, like it's caused issues. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said it didn't.
Oh, I definitely can understand that. The little bit of stuff I do, to me being gone as much as I am, it is a little bit of stress. But you know, gotta appreciate what you do for the community, Bobby.
Not over here.
Shut up, guys. Let's get into some news here. We got
all right, news it up.
We got some movie news here. There's the Expendables 4 in the works.
Finally.
Right. Let's get past this and move on to the next one.
I never saw. I think I've seen I've seen the first one. I think I saw the second one. I honestly don't know that the third one even had come out.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was glorious.
Oh, man, it was a tough watch, man. It really was a tough watch.
Well, Schwarzenegger says that it was forced upon him to do a PG-13 and
gun to his head.
Gun to his head.
Anything is forced to him because they got to hold him up behind him. They got to put a fucking broom behind him to hold him up. All right, he's acting. Let's hold this motherfucker up.
I am the law.
It's a trap.
So yeah, this one's not going to have that PG-13 fucking restriction on it because he said doing the PG-13 to try to get a broader audience was a big mistake, and it was. Number 3 was terrible.
It made $37 million domestically, but it just killed number 2.
Was number 2 a PG-13?
No, it was R.
Yeah, but number 2 sucked also.
Are you kidding? Number 2 was fucking great. It was a lot better than the first one.
Sorry, young buck. I didn't like.
The novelty wore off after the first one. That's just where I'm at with it. Like,
yeah, I mean, who wants to see old people flop around? So, the budget for the Infinity War, the 2 movies that are coming out is $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Now, in all fairness, that's for both.
That's for both. That's for both because they're filming it all.
Wow.
They're filming it all at once.
Now, I just want to put this in perspective a little bit, okay? So let's say that's $500 million a piece, right? Like, just let's say that. Who knows if that's the case? But like, the runner up to that, like number 2 most expensive film, is like some Pirates of the Caribbean movie that's like $320 million. So it's almost double the most expensive film ever made.
And it's still a Disney property.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'll tell you what's interesting. We talked about this on Nerd Rage Radio this week, but like like more than half of the top 10 most expensive films are all Disney products. Like Tangled is one of them. Like who knew?
Yeah, really.
Still,
They got that money.
Yeah, there's a few
They should have spent some more money on Tangled.
yeah, a few Pirates movies are in there. Tangled is in there. John Carter is one of them. I bet you that one hurt in hindsight.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sure it did.
I mean, but here's something. I just went to Disney over the weekend, and just thinking about this, like their ticket cost is average about $100. Their capacity is 100,000 people. This is for in Florida, and so they like the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, they reach capacity by like 10 a.m. That's $10 million in ticket sales, just in ticket sales.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but how much does it cost to run the park for the day?
Oh my God, they're making a shit ton of money. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
Making
they're
money,
making
but you know, it's not. I don't think it's as much as everybody thinks when you come. You know,
I
it is
guarantee
money.
you
It
that
is a lot of dough.
I guarantee you they run a 50. It's hands down.
Boop, boop, boop.
That's right.
I
$8
guarantee
hot dogs,
you they
man.
run a 50. They run a 50% profit margin on those tickets.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, they're raking in the dough. Speaking
Like a scoop of ice cream is like $6.
Shout out to the fucking Disney waffles, banging.
speaking
Mickey
of
Mouse waffles.
speaking of Marvel movies, Hulk is going to be in the new Thor movie.
Ragnarok.
It appears.
Yeah, I saw that today. I saw something about that.
Is-
It's gonna be like a Thor and Hulk duality.
Are there any big Marvel like readers on this show?
Man, I haven't read comics in forever. Not
Well, this
since
is-
like X-Force was number one came out.
Are you talking about Liefeld, X-Force?
I got about
Jesus Christ, what a terrible time that
I
was.
think I've got, like-
I got about 25 copies in the box right behind me.
I do too. They're collector's editions. I'm
Dude,
waiting.
you got to get back in. It's gotten way better since then.
I mean, I pick something up every once in a while. I read the Batman book every once in a while, but I haven't read
great.
a Marvel book in years.
Well, like I try to stay on top of some of that shit, but like this was my question, and I probably could have looked it up on the internet, but why do that when you can ask someone?
Right?
Is Ragnarok a book?
I don't have a clue.
That I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
I don't know.
See, I'm not sure, and like here's my other thing, like I would imagine that this is going to be the last Thor movie made.
Yeah, because I think it's supposed to deal with like his death or something from what I
Yeah,
heard.
it's gonna. I think that's where we're gonna see him go, and then they're gonna go the new route. But I think
Yeah.
I think Ragnarok was an arc in the book. Like I haven't.
Storyline, yeah, I think it was a storyline.
Okay.
I tapped out in a long time ago. So
Here's my biggest problem with Ragnarok. But I'm not shitting on it already. Like I like Thor 2, and a lot of people don't, but I did. But like I want to see Enchantress.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
Like I kind of feel like she's an important Thor villain,
Oh,
and
she's
to not
important.
have her in 3 movies, I think is kind of a disgrace.
Yeah.
she's important. To send
Alright,
it
so if I
in.
can interject, I use the interwebs to look this up, but it's from what Wikipedia has told me. Ragnarok is a fictional character who appears in the comic books, who first appeared in Civil War #3 and is a cyborg clone of Thor.
Oh, okay, so that was the one that came down. Everybody thought it was Thor during Civil
Yeah.
War, and it turns out it wasn't.
Yeah,
So
so
it
that's
sounds
what I'm saying.
like
I don't know
it'll-
if it's the same thing, because I think Ragnarok's also an
You know what?
allusion
You could
to,
give me a movie of
like
Thor
the
as a
end or
frog.
something.
No, right?
Give me
Isn't
the Thor as a
Ragnarok
frog.
Their like afterlife
I'll be
or
in there.
their end of time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
Give
that's
me
what I
some
thought
Beta
it was,
Ray
yeah.
Bill, and
Beta
I'm
Ray
all
Bill.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
Big
I'm
Ray
about.
Bill would be cool.
Beta Ray Bill and the frog, and I'm there.
So, moving on to other news, there's a Justice League Dark movie. It's supposed to start shooting next year.
That's racist.
It may be. I'm not familiar with that title. Bobby, you know anything
It's
about
been a
that?
while.
Is it animated?
I don't know if this one's animated or not.
Don't think so. I didn't read this article.
All right, Dan.
Really? You posted
Fucking link in the
Yeah,
news. Shout out to Dan.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so Snyder is actually attached to Justice League, I believe.
Yes.
So that's I'm on board with that. I'm all on board with that. Justice League Dark. That
Well-
doesn't remind me of. I mean, unless they're doing like an alternate dimension.
It's also known as Dark Universe. It's moving forward under the guise of Scott Rudin. Del
It's
Toro.
like Leprechaun in the
Guillermo del
Hood.
Toro was a part of it in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a movie. It's like
It's been in development for several years.
It may or may not be in the same universe as Batman, Superman, but you know it's WB, so they might as well make their own new universe like they've done everywhere else.
Do you guys also feel like that DC just
They don't
not
know
including
what to do.
Batman, they just shit the bed and waited way too long to make movies, and now they're just cranking these.
Yep.
Well, I think that they had to get.
catch up.
I think that was a fair bit of it. Like I think they were like, "Fuck, we could have been doing this," and then they hustled a bit. But now I think they've kind of got their shit together. Like, if I had a gun to my head, and we were talking about this earlier today, so pardon me, but like, if somebody was like, "Hey, you get to see The Force Awakens, or you get to see Batman vs Superman," I'm watching Batman vs Superman.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think that shit is going to be a game changer. And like, I know it's probably all publicity bullshit, but that article that they put up about the screening of Batman vs Superman, for the Warner Brothers execs, you guys familiar with that?
No.
Okay, so they had like a secret screening of the movie because, like, you know, the shit was supposed to come out this summer.
Yeah.
So like, everybody's all kind of irritated that they could have made all this money, especially when Avengers 2 was the reason why they moved it, and Avengers 2 didn't perform like everyone thought it would. So everybody was kind of irritated at Warner Brothers that they didn't put this movie out, so they had a screening of it. The shit got like a standing ovation.
Really?
And the heads of Warner Brothers bought Affleck out of like 3 different contracts so he could focus just on Batman.
Wow. See, I had never heard that. That's awesome.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah. So like, it's like I'm excited. I'm a DC fan anyway. Like, I love Marvel too. For anyone listening that thinks it's not possible to love both, you're wrong. But even though people make it seem that way, like, you can't love Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo.
That's impossible.
Yeah, but like, I prefer DC overall.
You really dated yourself.
Yeah, I know.
It's not PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah. Why didn't I do that? That's silly. Why didn't I say that? This is much better. That's a much better example.
Because you have
That's
kids.
a relevant example.
But that's not an argument.
You also
Most
have
people
kids,
both.
so
Yeah, that's
you know
why-
that
that's-
holds you up.
That's why I'm your Uncle Skullface and not your brother Skullface. But like, I have a really good feeling about it. I think that they are headed in the right direction. I like Zack Snyder. I think it feels right. Like, my biggest complaint with the Marvel movies is that everything is so fucking jokey.
Right.
Like, what's your name? Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord. Who? Yeah, like, what's your name? Ant-Man. What? Ant-Man. Seriously? Like, it's just, they do that shit all the time. It's like they don't take themselves seriously. And it's not to say that I don't like the Marvel movies, because I do. I just wish they took themselves a little bit more seriously. And Marvel fans are funny to me anyway, because like, they're like, I don't like the DC movies because they're too dark and gritty. But Daredevil is the best thing ever because it's dark and gritty.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They don't like it. You know, you're talking about, you wandered into the TV, and I was going to make a point there about DC's TV stuff right now. I mean, you've got Archer, which is pretty, not Archer, goddamn, Arrow. Which
Who isn't Archer?
I'll be honest,
It's all good.
I've binge watched. I think I've got about 10 episodes left, and I'll be completely caught up. I've been binge watched Arrow in about a week, but I'm also watching The Flash. I've almost caught up on it, and I also watched Gotham. So you get The Flash, which does do the jokey stuff, and it's technically in the same universe. It's in the same universe as Arrow, and Arrow's dark as hell. So you can do it both, and you know, Marvel just doesn't do the dark stuff. Even you know, like, I guess the darkest one they did was the Hulk movie with Edward Norton. I mean, that didn't have a lot of jokey in it.
But I think Winter Soldier's pretty dark.
Yeah,
it is. That's the best
That Winter Soldier is the best Marvel movie. I don't even know how anyone would debate it.
No.
Like, it's fucking fantastic, and the reason why it's fantastic is because it takes itself fucking seriously.
Right.
You're forgetting all about Elektra.
True. Good point.
But also,
Good point.
With the Infinity Wars movies coming up, I mean, you can't really make those campy movies, you know? I mean, if you're going to do it right.
Well, you know, I would have thought they couldn't make Ultron jokey, but Ultron fucking does everything but slip on a banana peel in that fucking movie.
You know, I've yet to.
There's a rake in front of me. I'm stepping on it for humanity.
I have not seen that movie yet. I feel bad as a fanboy. I've dropped my fanboy card in the floor. I haven't picked it up because I have not seen that yet. But
You also dropped your video. But that's
that might be for the best because he hasn't broken up at all.
No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
that's great.
actually, yeah.
Well, I guess we could take it on for the audio over video.
You know, when I saw the Daredevil, the new Daredevil trailer, they actually released it after it got leaked today.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, I was watching it. I'm like, is this all? Because it looked like, I mean, I watched season 1 when it came out, and of course it's been a while. But I was watching, I was like, is this new? Because it looks just like last season.
Yeah, it's all footage from the first one, except you get to see like Elektra put a mask on in the back of Punisher's head.
Yeah. And it was kind of a disappointing trailer, but I guess I just don't want to give away too much. But yeah.
Yeah, they've been botching a lot of like the Jessica Jones trailer was kind of weak too. I guess like.
I heard that one's gonna be really good. Or
Yeah,
supposed to be
I have
adult
faith in
and
like
something
all their
that.
Netflix stuff. I have absolute faith in.
Mhm.
But I'm not a big fan of regular TV. Like, I just got rid of cable actually because Comcast can fucking suck it.
No, I do.
Boom.
Yep.
Same here, brother.
I stream everything. I stream
I'm
everything.
Mr. Netflix, Hulu, and Pirate Bay.
You know,
Yeah, my buddy Adam's the same way. I'm a Netflix guy, but like I don't like Arrow. That's not fair. I never watched it. I'll just be honest. Like,
You're not wrong.
I'm like the kid who doesn't like broccoli, has never tried it. I haven't watched Arrow. Flash was okay, but it was just a little too melodramatic for me. I only watched one episode.
Well, it's on the CW as well, and that's what they're all about.
Exactly.
All those teen dramas, which is a bunch of shit.
Well,
Exactly.
you know,
I couldn't get into Shield. I couldn't get into like all that shit. But Daredevil was solid.
Well, I'll give Arrow my thumbs up. I mean, I don't know. I really like it. I was hesitant to watch
The
it.
first season's alright, the second season's really good, then the first half of season 3 is really good.
Yeah, that's about where I am. I got
through the first half of season 3, and
the last episode I watched was the crossover between Flash and Arrow. So
Oh, spoiler! They do that a few times that season.
nice.
I can't get into it.
You know what really got me into Flash was when I watched it and Gorilla Grodd was there.
Well, they
Give me a
just showed.
fucking episode with Gorilla Grodd. I'm like, yeah,
They
all
just
right,
showed
I
him.
got
They
this.
just showed
I'll
him,
watch it.
so. Speaking of the Flash, it looks like Mark Hamill will be returning into the Trickster character for season 2 of the Flash. That's
Only
pretty
reason
cool.
I
That guy's getting work.
Yeah, he's coming out with a ton of like he's getting his little fucking fingers and toes into all these pies here.
Look
He's
who's back.
Yeah. I just like
Back
he's coming
again.
back because
Hamill's back.
Yeah,
Tell
he's
a
making-
friend.
He's making a lot of fucking product. He's got fucking Force Awakens. Who knows if he'll be in 8 or 9, but he's at least in 7. And he's he's in all like he's doing Killing Joke voice work.
Right.
Yep.
that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that should be great. And then he's
That's supposed to be rated R.
Yeah, that's what I did.
yes, which is perfect.
They've given it clearance to be rated R. They don't necessarily know if it will be. That's going to be animated, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if that comes to light.
Which is their
That's like-
strong suit. Their animation is their
Yeah.
Yeah.
bread and butter.
That's like Alan Moore's like crazy but brilliant era before just straight crazy. So,
Let's see. Star Wars Battlefront beta is out. Dust, you've played that some, haven't you?
Yes, I played a little bit over the weekend since I'm on vacation. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's an EA game, so it's a Battlefield with Star Wars skins and sounds.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it is a beta. You're limited to certain weapons. You got one map on one game front, you got another map on, but there really isn't enough to make me want to keep going back. It's certain weapons are a little overpowered, especially when you level up. The matchmaking wasn't really balanced, but again, it's a beta. Honestly, it's not something that I'll buy, but it was really cool because I'm running on Hoth as a fucking stormtrooper with fucking AT-ATs right behind me. You get what I'm saying? You know?
yeah, that's cool.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm under an AT-AT and it's go cuckoo, cuckoo. You know what I mean? It's doing, and there's fucking snow speeders flying, A-wings coming in on the other. It just didn't. There was almost enough nostalgically to say, here's my $60, but there was enough as a first-person shooter fan to say no. This is not for me.
Yeah, I'm in for the game, but like how you said, like I have a love-hate relationship with it. That's like my entire relationship with Star Wars itself. So that's fine. Makes perfect sense. Like, I love Empire Strikes Back, and I fucking hate Ewoks, and I fucking hate Muppets at Jabba's Palace, and
Unisaka Jabba.
I hate Greedo shooting first, and I hate George Lucas's neckbeard.
Will I pick this up for $39.99? Maybe, but not for $59.99. No. From what I got in the beta, no. But then again, it is a beta. I'll Redbox it and then make my real decision from there. But I will not be there opening night.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
I was talking to my brother. If they added the first two to the game for the 60, I'd definitely pick it up for that, just to get a revamped version of the old games.
They were good.
Yeah, I really like the old ones, and then if I had any new gaming system, I'd definitely pick up the new one, just based on how much I like the older one.
What I liked
Just
about
play
it
it on your Mac. Oh,
What I liked about it was a first-person shooter, so it was nice to see Star Wars back in a first-person shooter.
Is it coming out? Is it coming out?
Arena, you know, like
coming out
it's
for
a
the
Wii.
Yeah.
Anybody know if it's coming out for the Wii?
No, not likely. Well, the Wii is thriving now, so I couldn't see why it wouldn't.
Well, I am out. Hey, Jisk, who you got the chat pulled up there? Who all we got?
I do have it, man. There's a ton of people in there. I'm not. What the topics are kind of all over the place. I'm not really going to touch on that, but let's just shout out a couple of people that are in there. You've got I mentioned it earlier, but Kelly Phillipson.
What's up, Kelly? He jumped into a hangout last week. So what's up, brother? How are you?
Nightwing 1 is in the chat.
Did I just say how are you?
Yeah, that's cool.
How are you?
That's weird.
How are you?
Hello there. Welcome to the.
I'm doing great. Thank you, Dust.
All right.
Tap 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 tap. Oh, and I muted somebody. Oh, I muted Bobby Skullface. Oh my God! See me tapping on the buttons, Bobby. Unmute yourself.
So who else we got in there, Jisk?
Victory Saber 77 jumped in for a little bit. Dalton was in there. He jumped in. Ronan Kaufman, Toy Lab TV's in there.
Awesome.
Asian Kid Matt jumped in for a little bit. Of course, Tommy Barricade was there. Tiger Tracks.
Sorry, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I
was doing the old tap, and I accidentally muted you. My bad.
No worries.
And Kelly was saying too. I guess the same director that directed Winter Soldier is also directing the Infinity Wars movie. So that.
Oh, that's great news. That's fantastic news.
That's great.
That's awesome. Good deal.
And, it's kind of going off from there. So the chat's really kind of.
Yeah, the chat's kind of
life
blowing
of its
up.
own.
I'm just flipping through. Yeah.
It's got a mind of its own.
Nice. Tonight it does, which is awesome.
Yep.
So speaking of, we were on Star Wars. There's I guess they revealed the second wave of the 6-inch figures at the toy at NYCC this week. The only thing I saw, I don't even recognize. I don't know who these people are. I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
There was a Force Awakens Han Solo on there.
Well, yeah, you get old Han.
Yeah, I don't know about that unit.
Salt and pepper Han.
Well, it's not. Yeah, they didn't do a good job with that.
I
don't know.
really roughed up.
I think they really rushed through these figures to get them out. I think
He looks like Greedo shot first.
you see the zombie Han customs coming. So.
Oh, big shout out! Deluxe Baldwin just dropped into the chat, by the way. And he just dropped a gem on us. He says he's directing Skullface's new video. I did not know that. You did not give me that.
I'm looking forward to having Deluxe be
a lot of vrooming on the floor.
Yeah.
Some vrooming on the floor. Is he gonna bring one of those action clappers?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
He's got a welcome seat by my table. He already knows that though.
Keep it warm for him. Keep it warm.
Absolutely.
Bobby, I know you're a Marvel Legends guy. There's the Rogue that they showed.
Looks phenomenal. Yep.
Perfect.
Beat it.
Looks
Which
perfect.
is a huge surprise considering all they're doing with all Marvel's doing with the X-Men, which is nothing.
Well, it's an all X-Men line. They're doing an all X-Men wave.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Be interesting.
Yeah, I'm guessing they'll do it like they did it because they got an X-Men movie coming out this year, and they put out a wave the last time they had an X-Men movie, but they choose characters that aren't prominent in that movie, and they choose designs that aren't relevant to that movie. I think it's kind of like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it's almost like the toy designers are given kind of carte blanche to you have to make them X-Men, but you get some bizarre character choices out of that.
Build-A-Figure looks good too.
Yeah, the Onslaught.
Yeah, but now I hear that that's not part of that Rogue wave though. Like the Rogue is going to be part of an X-Men wave.
Is that really what that's called?
It's a
I could swear they're
package.
cutting off all ties with that.
Yeah.
No, I read that too, that it was going to be X-Men Wave, and I found that odd because last week we just talked about how they're kind of abandoning the X-Men stuff for a
They'll
while.
bring it back too, though. I mean,
But that's the thing though, is that like it's like they did it last time, like Days of Future Past. That's when they released the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave.
Right.
And you had Jubilee, Cyclops, Strife, Wolverine, but you kind of have to. Storm, and was that it? I don't know. There's probably someone screaming at the screen what the last one is, but like,
Mountain
but, like-
Dew splattering all over the place.
yeah, but like,
Don't you know anything?
but like none of those characters were relevant to the movie,
Mhm.
except for Wolverine, and the Wolverine design wasn't relevant to the movie. It's like I think it's Marvel and Hasbro's relationship saying, look, we're gonna cash in on this, but we're not gonna help the movie. We're just hoping the movie helps us.
Right. And I
Okay.
think that's probably a very good explanation of what's going on.
That's just
yeah.
my guess.
Staying on the in the realm of 6-inch figures,
Oh, Dan got aroused.
that's right. The Articulated Icons Kickstarter
Sorry, Dan.
ended with. Wait, hang on. Somebody moved my screen here. Ended at
$343,894.
yeah, and their target was 160, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
they
160,000.
doubled up, and they doubled up in the last 2 days,
Yeah.
3
just-
days. It was ridiculous. That money just started coming. So they hit every stretch goal they put out there.
That's
Um,
outstanding.
Yeah, well, we talked on one of the other shows, Bobby. I went in and supported this for a ridiculous amount of money for what I buy, and at the end of the day, I use the Toad the Wet Sprocket analogy. When I was in college, Toad the Wet Sprocket came to play the college, and I wasn't going to go, and when my buddy said, well, you should go, I said, why? He said, because if you don't go see Toad the Wet Sprocket, then nothing else better will ever come. And I think we could see a third-party Transformer product come out like this at some point in time.
Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Yeah, Toad the Wet Sprocket,
Yeah.
third-party.
Yes, come out on stage with Toad the Red
Awesome.
Sprocket.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a Toad the Wet Sprocket song, but nonetheless, I think this is a good sign of what our community is capable of doing.
And it's
Yeah.
also it's something that people like. There's tons of options with ninjas.
Oh man,
Like-
yeah.
So and there's tons of customizing stuff because it's all the clothing and all that kind of stuff. It's a smart crowd-raising, like crowdfunding drive.
Yeah.
And they deserve every penny they get.
Did you get in on it, Bobby?
I did not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them sending me my package so I can pick out
Yeah,
everything.
My
Same
ninja.
here.
My ninja.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I think it wasn't because I didn't want to. There's just, it's just so much other stuff I got to spend money on that I couldn't justify it. But I'm happy they
More
made it.
Dinobots.
Yeah, God.
You need more Dinobots and another Skull Cruncher.
I know one thing I won't be spending more money on is Fans Project Headmasters.
At the Crocs.
It's a croc.
It's a Crocs.
Done.
So TFCON, and they announced the exclusive glow-in-the-dark Synicus that'll be available at TFCON.
Did they retweet it?
Did they? What do you mean? Did they retweet it?
Sorry, just bitter.
Okay. What did you break that news?
No. I was just saying, like I was saying earlier, how like they've never fucking retweeted.
Yeah, they're not
it.
showing.
TFCon. Why you bringing it back around here? I got you.
It's what we call a callback.
Mastermind
Yeah,
creation.
if you were a Rodimus Prime, maybe they would retweet it. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Jay's bringing it up here, so we probably want to get him highlighted.
Let's do some screen sharing.
Me and Sharon. Ladies and gentlemen.
Real fast before you do that, at Skullface, I don't know how familiar you are with this, but if you click on Jay Ruse, you'll be able to see just his.
I can barely I can see the silhouette of your face against your beard. That's pretty much.
Oh, all right.
I'm extremely limited in my, which is why it's funny, like I don't mean to derail, but like at the show, like at the cons and stuff, like I think sometimes people are disappointed that like I'm not wearing the fucking mask like all fucking weekend, you know, but it's just like it's a pain in the dick. You know, like I just like I can't wear it all the time. But like some people are like bummed out, like there you are, aren't you? So like I kind of have to take it because I can't see shit, and when I'm trying to like sell stuff and talk to people and move product or whatever, like I can't figure out where the fucking prints are, and it's just a mess. I tried it like at TFCON Chicago. I tried to do it for the entire show. I made it I think 20 seconds, and I was like, no, absolutely not.
You should just get one where you cut the eye holes out.
Yeah.
Or you should get one of those Halloween temporary tattoos for your face.
Yes, or that. I should just
Get a real
face painter.
Get a real tattoo. Go in.
Never have to worry about the mask again. My wife is always giving me shit about it because like I keep a mask in my pocket at all times.
Yep.
Like just in case I come across something that I'm be like, this would be funny. So like, you know, we'll be somewhere and I'll be like, oh, fucking film this, and I'll like, you know, hand her my cell phone and I'll take my pocket out, my mask pocket out, and like we did it in front of my dad recently. And he was just like so fucking bewildered, like what the fuck? And my wife just looked at him and said, "This is my life."
That's great. That's great. So, tell us. Yeah, no, sorry. We were talking about this exclusive, and they've released several exclusives that are going to be there. You got this. You got Nero Rex that's available. Which was kind of a surprise in my opinion that it was coming, but
Jay's playing ping pong here right now.
Yeah.
I got a question for
There's
you
a
guys.
couple other.
What is this? $125 deluxe figure?
I'm confused. I'm confused because there's two pictures here. One of them is all black with green highlights, and then this other picture is black with
that's
gold
because
and
it's
yellow
all that
highlights.
light.
Glow in the dark.
Is it glow in the dark?
I think it's gonna be closer to the gold and yellow. I heard about this like a week ago. I think it was Greg that told me about it. It's supposed to, like, so if regular Voss matches up with Nero Rex, this is supposed to match up more so with your Feral Rex.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Jay, what else you got on your screen there? I see you got about 98 tabs going on. So we'll go ahead and let you show us what you got going on.
Oh, my eyes, the orange.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the fiasco the lovely products of Titan Wars. So that's a headmaster. It's the belly button, right?
Headmasters. Yeah.
Is that the belly button?
Yeah.
Yes, it keeps it together. The belly button keeps us all
Now,
together.
these are the renders, correct?
These are the
It's
renders,
test shot,
yeah.
not the final product.
It's, tolerances may vary.
There
It's
were
test
pictures
shot,
of the
not a
test
final
shots, but
product.
they didn't look so good, so I just got the renders.
It's a test shot, not a final
We
product.
went over some of these on Saturday as well.
God, that color, man, that's too much for me.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the...
Is that the
RC
train? Is that the train? Is that what they're going to call the train? Because there's obviously going to be an Astro train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an Astro Train.
If you haven't
bad.
seen the ROC Hangout from last Saturday night, we went over a lot of this stuff with some of our non-ETR members.
Hold on, that thing that's the spaceship turns into that train too?
I really hope not. That thing
I'm
was a
believing
fucking
that's
mess.
it. That's going to be your Astro train, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
That's your Astro train.
It's better than the Combiner Wars. I mean, that's a plus. So far.
Yeah.
I think the proper headmasters look okay.
No, they do. They do.
Like I think hard head, or now I want to call him hardbone.
Hey now.
But I think hardhead and skull cruncher look good. I mean, like who knows what they will actually end up feeling like and being like, but I think they look good. They look promising, I should say. Maybe a better choice of words.
I agree. I don't think Chug is dead, as everybody says. They look good for a Chug figure, you know.
G3. So
Well, their strength is in their legends and their voyagers. Like there's, that's where I feel like usually their better product comes.
that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, but but we've seen a lot of bad voyagers recently through Combiner Wars.
Speaking of bad figures, they released the second Dawn of the Predicus BotCon exclusive teaser. What a
Secret Police Tarantulas.
Another Tarantulas. So this year they put out the Tarantulas. That was the motorcycle, the recolor of Wreck-Gar.
Yeah,
And
they
now-
also did the Megatron one from what you call it?
And now this is what? This is What's this guy?
Rook.
Rook.
Now, did I hear correctly on one of the BotCon guys? I want to say had said that they only let them have Combiner Wars stuff to work with this year. Was that correct, or did I make that up?
You made it up. I don't know.
All right, thanks for the backup there, fella.
I think they're just riding the train, you know?
And how much will this set end up being? $500?
$500.
Jeez, that's all. I mean, it's awful. It's awful.
It's a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same way
you're getting 5 figures, and it's gonna be a combiner.
Look at all that hit,
Yes.
though.
You know,
that is lots of
it
licks.
sounds like it's worth $500 to me. I mean, we pay $500 for third-party combiners, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they do. I will say, like it seems like I've never. I think I had the Shattered Glass set. Because that was a year that I went to BotCon and I got like the Willy Wonka package or whatever, and
a Willy Wonka package.
and I got that. I sold it in the dealer room in like 10 minutes.
I got the golden ticket.
Yeah, and they do seem to paint the shit out of these things. You know, like that to their credit. I mean, I couldn't be less interested in any of this, but I mean, like I've seen this purple and green one. Is that the one it is? It's like the
Yeah.
yeah.
well,
Like there's a lot of paint on it, you know.
What you got to keep in mind is keep in mind the paint apps, and then keep in mind the actual full name of the figure. Somebody want to read that?
Secret Police Tarantulas.
Yeah.
It's a secret police, but it looks like a fucking whorehouse from the future.
Lick of the paint. Lick, lot of licks.
Yeah,
Lick,
lot of
lick,
licks.
lick, lick,
All
lick,
right.
lick, lick.
So I mean, I don't know.
Very
likes that stuff.
inconspicuous.
So we have a tease from the panel. Oh, we have a panel. Where's gonna look? Are we gonna look at the panel? Look, there's a bunch of people. I don't know
Hey,
who
it's
they
a
are.
panel. You want me to just bring up my pictures from the weekend?
Everybody's working for the week.
Yeah, I have a really bad story about that song, but we'll save that for
So-
another time.
So this is the Titan Master. So are we to believe this comes with the head and the little vehicle, and that's what you
Yeah.
buy, and it's going to be
Yeah, what we discussed
$30?
on Saturday, it was supposed to be they're single packs. From what we
Yeah,
heard,
single
they're
double
going
packs,
to be
something
single
like that.
packs. I thought maybe there would be a double pack, kind of like how they did the data discs. But
Which one is this that we're talking about?
I believe it's
These
their
are just like the
single
little
packs.
headmasters, like Legends.
These are the Titans, the single Titans.
so it's almost like the mini where they used to sell like you could buy just the mini cons.
Yeah,
think it's a
yeah.
similar
But I
concept
thought
to
it
that.
would be more cost effective if they did like two packs.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's a neat idea.
I'm kind of excited for them.
It's just them. It's just to make it. I mean, from a younger standpoint, to make it more interactive. That's why Blaster has his base mode, and you're gonna have Fort Max. So all these little things could coincide and live in a nice little community.
Who the fuck is Stripes?
Stripes. It turns into an airplane. and
There's
a
a little
data-
environment.
Oh my goodness.
Stripes.
Yes, thanks. Sorry, Deluxe, but these things are terrible.
There's that Skull Smasher.
See what we
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that guy.
we went over the actual protos that were at the show. We didn't go with the renders, so it's good that we go with renders now.
Oh look, I wonder who that is. Oh wait, there he is. So
Nucleon.
Holotron.
Waffles McGalvey.
Is
So
that
here's-
this is gonna be Megatron's gonna be the head, and then the purple bits are just a helmet? That's
It's not Megatron. There's a different name. The name eludes me right now, not Megatron.
Nucleon.
There you go.
look at the
Nucleon.
screen.
That's what I'm
So from what I understand, these Voyager figures are supposed to have helmets that go over top of the headmasters that are attached to their bodies.
that relates to character shape, like the horns on Galvatron.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
And the helmet for for Blaster rather.
you mean Soundwave also?
Yes, because that's also going to be a.
Oh, did you know
without a
Galvatron's
doubt.
Galvatron's a triple changer? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a flying cannon.
And he's
One
a
thing I want to point out. One
he's
thing
a
I want
size
to point out.
13 Nike shoe.
That's how it'll stand. One thing I want to point out about the Galvatron is that I catch a lot of shit on Shattercast for talking about the problems with third-party Galvatrons and that no one nails the knee pad. And Hasbro gave him the knee pad. Just want to point it out.
I was just gonna say the Galvatron's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Yeah, like I said, he's not hateful. There's things that are bad, but it's not like ugh.
Yeah, wow. I won't be picking this one up.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
don't even lie.
No, I'm not in for this. I like. There's some stuff that interests me. Like I'm in for those Voyager hardheads and Skull Smashers or whatever. But like I think that's more than likely going to be it.
I think hardheads is deluxe.
I got bad news for you.
Really?
Bobby. Yep.
Yeah.
No, he'll be terrible. He'll be terrible.
Yeah.
What about Skullcrusher? Deluxe also?
I think he's a deluxe too. I thought he was a Voyager also, but then
Yep, he's a deluxe.
I might still
Yay!
pick him up, but there's no hope. I haven't. I'm not sure. I haven't. All right. I'll say this with great confidence. I haven't bought a deluxe that I've been impressed with since Transformers Prime.
Well, you know, obviously that Galvatron's not better than any third-party Galvatron.
No,
but it will feel a nice.
And it shouldn't be. You know, it shouldn't be.
It's going to be what a $25 figure, right?
It's nice for the regular Hasbro fans to be able to go into a store and buy something for $20 and walk out and say, "Hey, I got a Galvatron." It's
fine.
Cool.
It's fine. I think for its price points, it's good enough.
That's great. That's
No,
great
I'll
that they're
tell you,
doing.
If you're the type of person that's satisfied with good enough, then there you are.
Well, guys, you know my son collects Chugs, G3s, whatever, and he wanted a Mania King, and he was saving his money up for a Mania King. And then I showed him those pictures, and he said, "How much is that going to be?" I said, "Worst case," that's because I didn't know what size it was. The worst case, $45. He said, "I'll just wait on that and save myself the money because you're looking at $75 all day for a Mania King." So he's got a Hegemon. You should be proud of him.
I am. I wish my kid was still into Transformers.
She's growing out of it.
Well, I'll tell you, like, I swear to God, like, people think I'm bullshitting, but like, she was super into Transformers. Like, went to TFCON. She's like I thought she was gonna pass out. Went to TFCON Toronto in 2013. I thought she was gonna pass out. Like, that's how excited she was. Went and saw Age of Extinction in the movies. It was like her first midnight movie premiere situation. The next day was totally out of it.
Oh, man.
You know, I have a similar story about myself in collecting. I was a hardcore collector till I saw the first movie, and I decided I didn't care about it anymore.
Yep.
But I digress. But there is a place for the Chugs, and there's a lot of people that would be really excited to get these figures.
Yep.
I mean, there's still.
If they're happy, I'm happy. You know, I mean that truthfully. Like, criticizing something and whatever, it's fine. It's part of it. But like, I'll never. You know, you see on Facebook, like, and I know social media brings the fucking worst out in people, but like, you see people get upset with another person's purchase. Like, who gives a shit? Like, if you're fucking happy, then I'm happy for you. I want everyone to have what they want. I'm like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But like, my personal taste that doesn't do it for me, and that's fine. And it's fine that it does it for them. But I would never get on any board. Like, why would you buy this piece of shit? Like, that's not my style. I don't care. Buy what you want.
Guys, we're not going to drain these pictures. If you guys are interested in all these, check out the hangout that was Saturday night. It's
Saturday night, yes.
It's on the ROC channel. Thanks everybody that participated.
Stay here until this ends before you do that.
And check that out. Yeah, please do. Guys, I put a post up on the Facebook group today asking for questions, and we did get some good questions here. I'm going to skip some of them. By the way, Matt, I'll just answer this. I had a chai latte and 2 peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tarts for breakfast. The peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tarts are fucking nasty.
That's a question we got. Thanks, guys.
I had one more picture to share before you move on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Are you ready?
I had an egg. And a cup
One
of
egg?
coffee. Yeah, 1 egg and a couple. I'll tell you what, 2 eggs is too much for me. This gets too eggy. It's too eggy.
Oh, I see.
It is. It's too eggy. It's too much egg. Unless you got like some sausage or bacon to go with it, it's too much. That's two eggs too much. One
Sriracha,
egg.
man.
It's fine.
Sriracha.
Perfect. One egg.
Sriracha helps it work.
Hot sauce. Cures it.
Sriracha.
Yeah, that's
man.
probably
Sriracha.
true. But I'm a man of simple taste. Dino nuggets and one egg.
Hot sauce.
What do you
Shout
got
out
here,
to Dino
Jared?
Nuggets.
Yeah. What'd you say?
There we go. There's the picture everybody's waiting on. We got full
Hell.
color images of.
Shout out to Rob. His favorite upgrade on a toy. The bulging eyes for sludge.
I still can't believe that that somebody said that's a great idea. And I'm going to be honest. I've watched that movie probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 times in my life, and I had never noticed that happened until.
Oh, you
Really?
kidding me? Really?
I never had noticed.
I always hated that moment from fucking when I was a kid. I thought it was.
I
I
never
thought it was
noticed
too
it.
campy, and it made me feel like I was watching a cartoon. And when I
I'm-
watch G1 Transformers, I'm not watching a cartoon.
You know, this here. That's $200. I am spending with no hesitation.
Oh,
without a
fuck
doubt,
yes.
Without a doubt.
Gorgeous.
Make it rain, babe.
Figure.
And especially seeing all these other companies that have put this especially this figure out, and they're fucking up the dino neck when it turns into the bot, and it seems like nobody can get it right. But when you go to the photo of it in bot mode, it looks like it's gonna just be perfect. It's like it's just gonna fold up all nice and neat. You don't even have to worry about it.
I mean,
I'm looking like I love that company. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
I know some people hate them now.
How? How could they hate them?
I don't know. Like I think like it's just like anything else. Like something is popular, so people hate it. I think, and like like and people will say, well, they're not perfect, and I would be like, yeah, they're not. And I don't know if I have a perfect toy. Maybe Masterpiece Soundwave. But like, as far as Transformers go, but like I don't know. It's like their product is just it's different. Like holding that fucking bombshell, it's a fucking different experience than holding it's a different experience than holding any other third-party toy.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, the fact that you could use it to save your family from a home invasion just says a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's
that weighty.
it's a workout, that thing.
You know what I hear a lot of? It's in Dino mode. It's the same. It's a football with legs. It's a fucking dinosaur.
What else are you gonna do?
It's a fucking dinosaur.
I mean, and the fact that they took it. I mean, I don't know. I've never messed with any of the other ones, but I mean, even look at Scoria. They kept a similar transformation to Masterpiece Grimlock as far as with the hips and the legs. Like they engineered that shit to be perfect.
They put a lot of science and shit in that motherfucker.
Science and shit. Speaking of science and shit,
Hashtag.
that Tesla's a great figure.
Yep.
I will if they put out a figure, I will blindly buy it if it fits into what I particularly collect.
Shout out to tacos.
If they could figure out how to stop the squeaks, they would have perfect toys on there.
That's a lot of rubber. That's a rubber on rubber right there.
Yeah, it's like it's the fans' toy squeaks. Like it's like a it's like an epidemic. Like all their figures like suffer from the disease.
Well, you know what? If it didn't squeak, we would complain that the joints
was-
aren't tight enough.
Yeah, well, it should
squeak.
It's that sweet spot. It's like I don't know how your guys' bombshell is, but like I had to loosen the screws on the torso to get the waist swivel to work. It was too tight, and then my biceps squeak. But
See, that's-
outside of that,
My bicep is loose, and I see.
No
Jay's
shit.
is. Yeah.
But
did you get a green sticker? You must not got a green sticker.
I got a green sticker on it
What?
too. But it's still loose.
Outrageous! It's outrageous. Somebody didn't do their goddamn job.
Fired! You're
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
here!
like the right
Take
one
your,
or something
take
like
your cigarettes and get the fuck out!
I'll tell you another guy didn't do their job. The guy's supposed to take the stickers off.
Yeah.
She was
The only issue I have is his floppy elbow.
Yeah.
Between like the 30 and 60
Hold
degree.
on.
Only between like the 30 and 60 degree. Once you get
Floppy
here,
elbow.
it's tight. Once you get up here, it's not really that tight. It's just between here and
Wow,
there.
is there
It's just that one arm, right?
Yep,
Is there
just
any-
the one
is there
arm.
anything
The other
you can
one
do
is solid.
Is
See,
it
I don't
because
think I
is it
have
because the
that
gun's in his arm?
No.
But I do. I have a like.
He's-
Take
he'll
his
hold it.
like. You got him right there. Take his head, like so to speak, and
Which one?
Make-
Bottom one or
yeah, top one,
Easy.
the? Okay.
and make him go like he's looking at his left foot. I have a weird space in my ball joint there that's loose. Like it's like the ball isn't for whatever reason, like the head is nice and snug, except it gets to this one spot and then it's really loose.
It's like
No,
a
you're
chip
fine.
in it in that spot where it just skips.
See, I guess if I got the gray version, his fucking elbow wouldn't be loose.
No, that's
I
of
got-
course. Let me ask you that, Bobby. Do you have those same whatever issues you have with the purple one? Do you have the same issues on the gray one?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just.
Yes, and
Just across the board.
It's the no waist swivel and the squeaky biceps. The elbows are like, but see, like mine aren't like floppy loose like yours. But I'm not sure if I did the same test with mine. They are looser, but they're not obnoxiously.
It didn't
That
start out
seems
that way.
obnoxious.
This
Now,
one's
Jay,
fine.
Jay, is there a way to tighten that elbow?
No,
Was
it's
it
a
the
it's a
old
pin.
fucking pin.
It's a
Oh
pin.
man, the pin
I
job.
mean, you could take the pin out, but.
Yeah, all right, whatever. You could also take my fucking balls out your mouth, but it ain't happening.
Guys,
Oh,
let's-
wait now.
Guys, let's I'm gonna pick out a couple questions here just real quick, and we can just all touch on this real quick. Dan make you cry is his name.
Yes. What's up to Dan, man? He's always there at the NJCCs.
That's right.
Every fucking show, man.
What's up, Dan? Dan asks, has Hasbro finally stepped up their game and will finally make things for collectors?
No.
No, because they're not in that market.
Well, I
That was
kind
it.
of have to disagree with you guys
Okay.
because these headmasters aren't really.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they're for collectors, but they're geared
Branching
towards
out.
collectors. Because
Well, I mean, so are the Stunnicons. You know, it's
what kid is gonna know anything about the headmasters? You know,
They don't
what I mean?
have to. They're gonna think it's cool because it's. Oh, cool! Its head transforms. That's awesome.
I think that their generation line is always aimed at collectors. I think that people try to discard the issues with them by saying, well, they're for children, but I don't think that they're for children. Like, I don't think they're aimed at children. I think they're aimed at adults. Children aren't reading IDW comics that the Trailbreaker and Hoist were based on. Children don't know who the fuck the Stunnicons are. Children don't know Skull Smasher. Adults don't know Skull Smasher because his name is Skull Cruncher. And like, so I think it's always aimed at adults. Like, whether or not it satisfies the adult, you know, that's a different question.
Shout out to TFCON for satisfying adults.
It's
Shout
a
out
crock.
to TFCon for the retweet.
It's a crock. It's a crock.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's definitely geared towards collectors.
Yeah, I think it's geared towards collectors. I just don't think it satisfies a certain type of collector.
Yes.
Right. Not when you.
I agree. I get what you're saying.
But
All
I
right.
will say, I mean, just to say this real fast, I think that this Titan Wars stuff, just from the photos, looks better than the Combiner Wars stuff.
I do too.
So far.
I do too.
It kind of makes me think that they did combine the wars to get them to this point. That they had to do this to get to that point, and I hate to say that. because
We'll see. I mean,
billions and billions and billions of dollars. You shouldn't have to just keep doing this to get you to that point. You know.
Right.
we'll see.
All right, so let's go to. We're going to do one more question. This is a little bit of a long question, but it really narrows it down to a pretty specific answer we can all give. Bo Walker asked this question.
Bo, shout out to Bo Walker.
Where would each of you recommend starting for a newer Transformers collector? Speaking personally, I have lots of my childhood G1 toys, but haven't ever bit the bullet on newer, pricier stuff. I have an affinity for Decepticons, articulation, and the cartoon stylings. I've stuck mostly to custom pieces in Star Wars, and I've been looking for the right place to jump in. Sorry if this is ridiculously specific. So I guess if you were going to suggest one, I guess Masterpiece is what he's getting at, or third-party Decepticon with articulation and cartoon stylings. That's going to be.
Fans Toys Bombshell.
I don't think it's a ridiculous question at all.
No, I don't either.
That's a great question because
No, we said it was ridiculously specific.
there's
So,
people that just
it is very
bounce in. They don't know where the fuck they're going with this. you
Right.
know?
So let's just
I
go
think-
across the line here, Bobby. Why don't you go first?
I think Harvey nailed it.
One figure.
I think Harvey nailed it. I think Fans Toys Bombshell is a great choice.
Yeah, it's a lower priced one, but it's a
Yep.
solid. It's worth
That's-
every penny you pay for it.
This guy said that he doesn't want to spend tons of money, and he likes G1 stylings, and he likes Decepticons. So if I were him, if I was to advise him, my advice would be to buy Masterpiece-styled Decepticons, but be specific about your Masterpiece stylings. Like,
Right.
you know, those of us that are like balls deep in this rabbit hole, we know that, we're just kind of accepting things as masterpiece without them really being a masterpiece. Like,
we're looking at scale, not quality.
Exactly, and not even like quality. It's just like the finish of something. Like I think that the Astro Train by DX9 is like a pretty well made figure, but it doesn't have the finish of a masterpiece. And I personally think that the only third party company making Transformers with a masterpiece finish is Fans Toys.
I agree. I definitely agree.
If I were to advise this individual, I would say buy Takara Tomy Masterpiece Decepticons and supplement it with Fans Toys Masterpiece Decepticons.
And Tasaka.
I'd say if he wants to save, if he wants a budget figure, that Toys R Us Starscream is actually a really good.
That was actually what I was going to say as well, because I don't know if you can still find them for $60, but that's ridiculously a lot of figure for $60.
Yeah, that's a good price.
I mean, when they're charging $45 for the freaking Coronation or the Crown version of Combiner Wars one, come on.
And especially when Takara's charging fucking $200 for that mold.
Yeah.
For each,
I complain about it, and then I pre-order Thundercracker, so I don't really have anything to say.
That's funny. That's funny. What about you?
Too much for that mold.
Jisk, what do you say, Jisk?
I agree that you should definitely start with just the masterpiece line. I mean, that's, to me, if you're just going to get into it, and I had a buddy, Chris, you sold him one of your Starscreams actually, but he
Scalper
didn't know anything about masterpiece. And then I started talking to him, and so he picked up that and then a Soundwave. And to me, like, Soundwave is a good figure if you want it to look just like the cartoon.
Yeah.
There's just so many. I mean, if you love the cartoon aesthetic like so many of us do, I mean, for what it's worth, and we've talked about this before, Apollyon, I think, was a gateway, whether it was good or bad, to a lot of masterpiece collectors to dip their toe into the third-party pond. Whether they got turned on or turned off by that is a different story, but if you're just looking for G1 aesthetic, I mean, that nails it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you don't look at all the kibble on the legs, but
even if it's not horrible either, though. I mean, that's, we had this conversation a little bit before, and I had said that too, like, if you're going to pick what third-party figure would you buy, and I said Apollyon, just because, for me, if I'm going to have any two Transformers, it's going to be Prime, and it's going to be Megatron.
Yep.
That's just where I'm going to start with, for me.
I understand. Dust, what do you say?
Exactly what I mean. Everybody's on the right point here, man. We were all pushing everybody in the right direction. Of course, start with your masterpiece line because it is a licensed, and some of them are on point. But if you go into third party, I would say Fans Toys is the way to go.
Yeah,
definitely, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. There's a couple out there. When I was a Chug collector, yeah, I could put you in a different level. But if you want the real masterpiece, there's Fans Project is your way.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody who asked questions, whether they were ridiculous or not. Lance, we touched on. Lance asked about Titan Wars. Obviously, we covered that. Dan asked his question. Bo asked his. So
Lance is a really good dude.
Dude, yeah. Lance is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lance.
Yeah, that dude is like a thoughtful dude, man. Like, that's a good dude.
Yeah, I've done a lot of business with Lance, and he's a stand-up guy. He really is. So
he actually, I got to tell a story real quick.
No, yeah, please.
He like I did that review of Crasher, like the DX9 Crasher.
Yeah.
Invisible Crasher.
Yeah. Which is a train wreck. Well, it's not a train wreck. It's not fair.
Woo!
It's like a piece of lumber on the train. They had to shut it down, move the lumber, and get back on the train. But like I was telling the story about how I had a Crasher and it was stolen from me at my mother's house, and that dude sent me his Crasher.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's a great dude. I was looking
he
for
was just like, look, man, like I appreciate what you do, and like I heard the story, and like I was thinking about getting rid of some of this stuff anyway, and like I don't know, like that it's not like if I wanted to get it, you know what I mean? Like if I really wanted to get it, like. It's not like I couldn't afford to get it or anything like that, but it's one of those things I probably would never just get because it's just, I never really think to get it, and it wouldn't mean shit. Do you know what I mean? Like if I just bought it off eBay, it wouldn't have that meaning that it had to me as a kid.
But now you have that attachment because it was given to you, right?
Yeah, but now I got the attachment to it because it was like a thoughtful gift. Like that was fucking pretty awesome.
Yeah, he hooked my kid up with some stuff for his birthday, just kind of out of the blue. So, I've done some business with Lance, and he's a great stand-up guy. I really like Lance a lot. Shout out to Lance.
Yes, sir.
I wish they sold Yingling where you live, but they don't. We do this every week. I really enjoy it. Jay every week picks out some photography from our IG community. Obviously, we're an IG-based community originally. Anybody that uses the hashtag Realm of Collectors on your picture is up for, I won't say nomination, but I guess nomination. Jay may pick your picture. So let's get into Jay's selections for the week.
Let's see that toyography.
Alright, I already recognize one of them.
So this is Merc with a mouth. We did a segment on him in what, episode 3 or 4?
Yeah, it was one of the early ones. Yeah, shout out to Merc.
It was 3 because I think I wanted to talk about him the next week. I think, and I was on 4. I think I could be wrong about that.
No, you were on 4. I remember 4.
So
how can I forget 4?
That's the Combiner Wars Hunter RC, right?
Yep, that's the repaint of RC, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Busting up Devastator.
The San Diego Comic-Con Devastator, you might add.
Yes.
See all the bling bling there.
Yeah, the ugly chrome.
Ugly chrome.
Whoa.
And he uses natural light and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he uses natural light. So
Does he iPhone pictures too, or something?
Yeah, I think he says he only uses his iPhone.
That's Mac.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, Mac life.
Yeah, what's up, Mac on the Mac?
Yeah, Mac on the Mac. Mac squared.
Mac life.
Mac life.
Hashtag Mac life.
You know it.
New Order 2K.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
It's a lot of the the Creon stuff, Creo stuff.
Yeah, it's
Cool picture there.
yeah, awesome Starscream and Cobra Commander. They're always paired up for some reason, right? In the comics, I guess.
Yeah, I have my Coronation Starscream set up exactly like that. I have the same fig
I
right
don't know
in
what the
front of me.
affiliation is.
It's a good
They
picture.
sound the same.
Yeah, it's Chris Latta is the
Shout out to Chris Latta.
RIP there.
Thanks for recognizing sarcasm, fellas.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying, Dan. We're trying. We're working on it.
That was sarcasm?
We don't have pussy on our shoulder like you.
Kid Cosmic with
Man, shout out to Kid Cosmic.
with the Dotson brothers, Silver Streak and Blue Streak. Blue Streak, oh, they're both Blue Streak, but one's really doesn't have any blue on them. So there you go. A lot of lens flare. Hashtag lens flare, right, guys?
Hashtag.
J. Ruse, official J. Ruse hashtag lens flare.
Hashtag J.J. Abrams.
Well, you know what's really cool about it? You can see the difference right there. It really pops. That blue one, that blue is really good, man. That really shit's hot.
Yeah, it's definitely
KO City.
I think we featured him once before at
Yes, we
Homicidal
did.
Toys. Awesome picture of a predator, the NECA Toys Predator. It's very like blurry because I think it gives that effect of him being invisible, distorting
good.
the
Or that he's chasing
environment.
Want
Yeah.
some candy? Want some candy?
That wasn't creepy at all.
No, not at all. What's even creepier is we're waiting for the next picture. To
Yeah, it's really weird that it's not loading. That's cool.
NECA makes a great figure for their price point, or Nico or whatever.
They really do. I've been looking at the alien stuff and trying not to buy it.
I think I saw Anthony's Customs do a review of their Alien Queen. Looked fantastic.
Yeah, that's a nice piece right there. Uh-oh, look who's made it into the photography realm.
Whoa, a big dog.
Yep, we got a nice picture of a CW Scrapper by Tommy, a.k.a. Barricade.
One of our Northern Warriors, our Canadian brothers.
Dude, I gotta give him that dude, man. Like, I want to talk to him actually. Like, he's
a
he's
hangout
like,
ambassador.
Yeah, if you're down for the hangout, you'll definitely talk to him.
Yeah, he's going through Shadowcast's entire catalog, like and listening to him, and he's like listening to the current episodes and then going back and listening to old episodes. So like he'll meet in the middle, I guess, somehow, some way. But I'm just like that's a crazy undertaking anyway. being as though it's like largely based on news and like most of it's old as shit. So I'm just curious to hear like his opinion on like how the show has changed, or if you can like, I'm just interested as like a.
Bobby, I just popped on the first episode one day just randomly, and the amount of anger in Greg's voice was so humorous.
Yeah.
So fucking mad.
I did that for like a week, man. I sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever I was cleaning or doing something around the house, because I wanted to catch up also or go back. But
Greg's anger was just like, man, what has happened to this guy?
Well, that night, I remember that night clearly. Like he was amped. Like I think that like if we were in person together, he would have like crushed a beer can on my head.
Oh no different amp than he is on the last few.
yeah, but he was just like, yeah, fucking let's go, let's record this thing, episode 1, let's do it. I was like, I remember like, okay, yeah, like yes, like I'm ready to put my hand in the middle somewhere. Like do a go team. Like he was like, I remember that. Like it's funny when you say that because I remember how amped he was that first night. Some nights were, it's, you guys. I mean, you guys don't know. Like after you get some under your belt, and you're just like, some nights you're like, oh, this is gonna be a good one, and then other nights you're like, all right, let's fucking fight our way through this shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it happens, man. It happens for sure.
So I get Tommy's starting to get a little setup at his house right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's enjoying. It's a really clear shot, It's got a good angle, as good a pose as this scrapper can do,
And I think he said that he didn't do any type of altering other than just throwing his logo in there. So that's like, I really like the clean pics without all the effects and the added bullshit.
Hashtag
fuck you,
Lens hater.
No. I mean, Jay, you get what I'm saying, man. It's like,
no, I get it.
And yeah, he's doing. I think he's gonna start doing some video reviews.
Oh, I saw this one today. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I saw that one today too.
Of the bunch.
That made me laugh.
Oh, I saw that one. I think I like that one.
Yeah, it's by @ChemPrime. The only view of Metroplex issue that anybody should ever see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, really.
It's a really good perspective shot. I like this shot a lot.
Yeah, that's something, you don't get a lot of that kind of. I mean, that's such a huge character, that needs to be done from that angle.
Well, it's clean, man. You got the sun. You got the sun coming from the right. Nice, clean.
It's a great perspective. It looks just like it would look if you were
under him.
Under him, if he can get stepped on by a giant robot. Yeah.
So to speak.
From under him.
So to speak.
From under the cheese.
The cheese.
From under. So.
That's it. That's my six picks.
Sweet.
Nice.
So we will get these. These will be up on the realmofcollectors.com website probably tomorrow. But thanks again to everybody for using our tag, and don't forget to tag all your photography with hashtag realmofcollectors. And also, what's the other exciting hashtag, Jay?
Do you even transform, bro?
There you go.
5-second delay.
Since I don't have a lower third anymore for some strange reason.
That's right. It got stolen away. Last thing here, guys, just real quick. What are you guys hoping to see revealed at TFCON? What would you like to see revealed at TFCON, Bobby?
I don't even know. I'd like to see some more masterpiece scale Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. It's hard because everybody bitches and gripes that we don't have enough Decepticons, but it's really there's not that many.
Yep. Galvatron's coming.
Yeah, I mean you got Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus all coming. You got the Insecticons coming. You've got a Devastator coming. It's 2 options there.
Right.
You've got Blitzwing and Octane coming. 2 options for Octane, 1 for Blitzwing, I believe, or 2 for Blitzwing, 2 for Octane. So it's like, what else? I mean, I guess Headmasters, and it's hard. I don't know. I want to see some. Real quick, I want to see some core characters tackled. Like I want a Trailbreaker, I want a Jazz, I want a Hoist, I want I want to round out the arc, like the season 1, season 2 Autobots. so we can move the fuck on.
Bobby,
And-
you had mentioned the Devastators, and I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Because one of our members of our panel here is very interested in a masterpiece scaled Devastator. Seeing that you've had Generation 12 in hand, we're going to buy one masterpiece scaled Devastator, and that's what I'm going to call these. Would you go ahead and get Generation Toy, or would you wait and see what Toy World actually looks like?
I'd wait.
Okay.
I'd wait. Not the Generations toy isn't great. It is. I'm in for both.
God.
Because I'm an idiot. You know, like I have no sense, so I'm in for both. And I mean, I have Hercules and I have Giant, so I don't know. Like I think I mentioned this on Shattercast. Like my buddy Adam, who I do Nerve Rage Radio with, he said to me one day, he was just like, he was in the basement and he was like, I just think you need to fucking commit. Just say, look, this is my thing, and I'm just gonna fucking buy what I want. It doesn't matter if I have multiples, doesn't matter. And like, he's a pretty smart dude, and he made like a lot of sense. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I'm doing. If I want it, I'm gonna fucking get it, and then if I don't want it, I'll get rid of it after the fact. But I would. You have two options coming. So if like looking at the prototypes of one or the other doesn't say this is the one I want, like without a shadow of a doubt, I don't think it makes sense not to wait. Like, they're going to be around. This isn't the day of third party where shit sells out immediately anymore.
Yep.
So just wait, see how they both turn out, watch some reviews, see how the aesthetics look on both, know what type of collector you are. You're going to fuck around with them on the floor? If so, look for durability in the reviews. If you're if you're a pose and display kind of guy, you know, look for the aesthetics in the reviews, make a decision, and go with that one.
Well, thank you for that, Bobby. I meant to ask you that earlier, and when you said that about the masterpiece, it spurred my memory there. Dan, what would you like to see revealed?
Well, it's not so much a reveal, but I would like to see what's going on with that fucking Make Toys tailgate. Because I was told it was supposed to come out in about September, October, but still nothing about it since last TFCON. But as far as like a new reveal, I don't know. There's nothing I really want to come out that I absolutely have to have right now, or any type of bot. So I really couldn't say. I'm just excited to go.
Jisk, what about you?
I would just like to see a lot of the shit that we've been seeing out there just finished, or even, you know, painted test shots. I just want to see the next level of stuff. I'm tired of seeing some resin shit, and I just want to see stuff move along.
Jay.
With your Sailor Moon figure you're playing.
I'm not playing with Sailor Moon right now. Stop eyeballing me.
Can you figure bang Sailor Moon?
Oh, I'm figure banging the shit out of her.
Busted.
Got him.
I'm kind of with Jisk. I want to see these MMC figures finally come to fruition, like all these ones they've been teasing.
Oh, the Decepticon division. That's
the DJD, those tank guys that are the tank guy and the girl that are supposed to come out. Like all these figures they've been teasing for the last year and a half, they need to come out already. You know, Impactor, he's another dude that needs to come out. You know, these guys just need to finish. I want these figures in my hand at this point.
Yeah, they're definitely not the most prolific team.
No, it's ridiculous already. And one other thing is a chug scale like Soundwave or Soundwave or Shockwave that was teased a few years ago as well. I want to see something like that teased again or talked about again.
I'll tease you.
Dust, what do you got?
Oh,
what are you looking forward to? What do you hope they'll reveal?
You know what?
What would you like to see?
Everything that we've seen, I think we've seen. It's not going to be anything different when we get there. Hopefully it'll be. But the main thing that I just want to just hang with everybody and meet everybody and chop it up, have a couple of beers.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
get a couple of pounds. You know, the toys. I could see it on my phone. I could see it on my computer. I could fucking anything that I go there for, I could buy on my fucking phone cheaper. But you know, it's just going down there. This is what I'm going down to do. Meet the ETR crew, to meet all the guys out there, the other guys. That's what I'm going for, man, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say the thing I would like to see is an update on Fans Toys Jetfire.
That'd be nice.
That
you
would,
probably want to see Cup too.
and
don't you?
I would also like to see what the hell's going up with those cup heads. We got a couple.
Shit piece in the house.
That's right. Well, guys, we've gone 2 whole hours here. So this is our longest show to date. So, Bobby, why don't you tell everybody where you're at? On the internet.
I'm on all this normal social media nonsense. If you look up Skullface Transformers or Skullface Reviews or Bobby Skullface, you should be able to find me. But really,
except tweeted by TFCON.
Except you will not find me in TFCon's Twitter feed. Do not look for me there. You will not find me. It will be absent. You'll never find me. You'll find me at TFCon as a patron of their convention, but you will not find me on their Twitter feed at all. So don't bother looking there. But you can find me I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter, and I don't do much tweeting, so probably don't follow me there. It's a waste. And then I'm on Facebook and all that sort of shit. But definitely I want Shattercast Uncut, that's my Transformers podcast that Greg and I started along with a few other great guys, and so definitely check out Shattercast Uncut, and then also Nerd Rage Radio, which is a pop culture podcast. We're just getting started, and we're already pretty happy with our numbers so far out of the gate. So thank you for everyone that's checked that out, and it's a pretty good show. Episodes 2 and 3 specifically, there's some really good social commentary stuff on there about sexism and rape, that sort of thing. Well, we got into it about the Joker cover with Batgirl that people got all bent out of shape about, and as a result, there's some pretty good social commentary on there, and it's a good show. I believe in it, and it's a lot of fun because I have absolutely no responsibility really to it. So it's just fun to do a show, and just this show is a lot of fun when I come on, because I'm grateful for the chance. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I don't have to give a lot of a fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm not responsible. Yeah, I can just kind of chime in when I have something.
You're riding along.
Exactly.
When we started this show, I kind of had that same feeling, but guess what?
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't have it now. Yeah. You gotta, that shit. That doing a podcast, if you're a regular host of it, that shit is work. People expect a certain product from you, and you want to make sure that you deliver that product, and you gotta kind of stay engaged, and it's fun and it's great, and the stuff you get back from it from the community is great, but it's work, and this is not work for me. It's just hanging out and talking, and that's kind of what Nerd Rage Radio is too, because we're when we started Shattercast Uncut, we were this is going to be the definitive Transformers podcast for anybody that's not a complete fucking square in this fandom. That was our goal, and it's still a work in progress, but it's we started it with this is going to be something. Nerd Rage Radio, we're we don't give a shit. Listen, don't listen, doesn't matter. We're just having fun. So I'm really enjoying it. So check them out.
Thank you again, Bobby, for coming on. We really appreciate having you. And thank you for what you do for the community. I mean, we all hold you in the highest regards, and I can't wait to watch your videos. Even, like I've told you before, even if it's something I don't really have a lot of interest in, I'll watch it just to see the skits.
Yeah, well, I thank you guys for all the support. And I gotta thank Lenny, because if it wasn't for Lenny, I wouldn't know any of you guys. And so I want to make sure I throw some love his way every time I'm on the show. But it's like Aries last week. You know what I mean? I got Aries. Got a lot of response from people, and that shit. That's a hard set of reviews to watch. That's fucking work for the viewer. I feel so that's why I try to add the skits and all that kind of shit, and the therapy sessions, and then and then even the outtakes. It's extra work for me that I wouldn't have to do, and no one would expect it. But it's and it only gets a few hundred views every time I do them. But the few hundred views that they get, people seem to really enjoy them. So I'm happy to do them. Whatever. It's I think that reviewers should, one, realize that they are working for the people. Number one, and number two, they should have a clear distinction in their head as the difference between a reviewer and a showcaser.
Right.
That's a great way to put that, Bobby. Well, thanks again for coming on, man, and
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to meeting you in a couple days. It's hard to
Likewise.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do Burn, and you guys will be fucking in the like. I'm happy. I'm happy just to have that. Like, you know, like I hate to. I know you guys are trying to wrap this thing up, but like I'm gonna have that footage, and it's gonna be in that video of all of us fucking hanging out at TFCON, partying it up. You know, for this music video, and then that music video is gonna be up, and then that shit, like, you can go back to it forever. You know what I mean? And like relive that little memory. Like, that's pretty fucking sweet. So that's what I'm in it for.
Yeah, man. Whatever you need us to do, we're there.
I'm happy to have you.
I could do backflips. No, I can't.
No, please.
I want you to now attempt the backflip, and
into the swimming pool.
it will definitely make it into the video. I guarantee you, if you attempt a backflip, it'll be in the video.
Yeah, well, I will attempt never to make it home.
Actually, if you put your feet over your head in any fashion, guarantee it will be in the video.
Hey, now.
All right, Dan, where you at, Dan?
I'm on the West Coast, and I'm going to start walking over to the East Coast to make a TFCon. But
Attaboy.
I'm on Instagram at Harvey_Dent. So
Don't you guys still use horses over there on the West Coast?
yeah, we're still playing Cowboys and Indians too.
Just where you at?
For Transformers related stuff, it's at Jbatron on Instagram and Facebook. For graffiti related stuff, it's at Just1 on just Instagram only. But that's gonna get some updates soon, so look to that if you're into
Big
that.
time updating.
J. Ruse.
I am at JRuse on Instagram, and you can catch me on Facebook sometimes.
You said that with a little, like, they got a little slouch going on, your hand on your chin. Like, yeah, you can catch me there if you want.
Just give it in.
Sailor Moon.
He's shopping for Sailor Moon figures. Don't let him play you. Dust, where you at, Dust?
Dust Mites on Instagram. Dust Mites on SoundCloud. Dust Mites on YouTube. Don't forget to join the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. Other than that, that's about it.
And my name is Chris Pinkerton. You can find me at Pinkerton, spelled the bizarre way you see on the screen. I'm also active in the ROC Facebook group. You can also find us at Twitter at Enter the ROC. We are on Instagram, Realm of Collectors. Check out the website, realmofcollectors.com. We will have a brand new episode of Figa Bangin' this Wednesday with Ace Milo. So check that out. And don't forget to send in your What's in the Fucking Box videos to entertherealmcast@gmail.com.
You got that right.
What was that again?
Thank you. I got that.
Enter the Realm, excuse me, and then my voice broke. Entertherealmcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, the unboxing videos are doing pretty well.
Hey, if you're watching this, then you know where our YouTube channel is. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I think we're hovering around 170 subscribers.
Yeah, it's about 170 right now.
So, we'll have a hangout. Give us about half an hour to catch our breath and go pee and stuff, smoke cigarettes, and all them good things. Thank you for joining us tonight, folks. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that.
Booyah, motherfucker.
Deuces.